Yeah, it says we're live. For me, it's not coming live starting soon on the phone. There's some delay or something. It started, huh? Okay, yeah, let me also start. Anna, we can hear you now. Oh shit. People can already hear. Guys, if you can hear us.
And we are live.
Mute. We are?
Yes, we are.
Hey guys, if you can see us, if you can hear us, please say so. Drop something in the chat. Drop like a tear emoji in the chat.
Yeah. My tissues are ready.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant. Hey everyone, let us know how's the audio, how's the video, everything all good?
Yeah, so firstly, I tried to make the stream happen on my end, which did not happen. Like Nona tried to help me for like, I think, did we speak for like 3 hours or something? I think 2 or 3 hours we were trying to figure out. It wasn't happening on my side, and then finally Nona streaming from his side, so all the credit, or if anything goes wrong, everything goes to him only. So firstly, okay, we have 49 people watching. Okay. Let's say hi to everyone who's there.
Hi.
Everything is perfect. Okay.
Like you guys have no idea what went behind the scenes for this, but it's finally happening.
I'm such a noob when it comes to all this.
No,
Okay,
even
hey.
like planning this stream, like for a month, I guess we are trying it, right?
For a very long time, and I got a little bit held up with a few things at home, but
No, that's fine.
We're finally making this happen. And actually, we took some time to decide on the topic also. But I have a question for you with regards to that. But first, hi everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Hi Kamal, Deepak, Mrudul, Dark Side, Gopalan, Srinivasan, Sridhar, Vignesh, Raghav, Ritz. Oh, finally. Ritz is one guy I have to mention. Every single video he shows up and he gives me some piece of constructive criticism, and he has pretty much the same comment on everything. Talk about Tyagarajan Kumar Raja. That's it. And make a video about Tyagarajan Kumar Raja, make a video about Tarantino. Someday, Ritz.
What if it's him? What if it's...
It's actually possible, but no. In the sense, he is someone who will slyly creep into different chats, or he'll always be online, but he's not someone who will be like, talk about me and all that. He's definitely not that kind of guy. He's a very, I wouldn't say humble, modest, but he's a very disconnected guy, Tyagarajan Kumar. So Ritz, I spoke about him. So after some time, I'll make a video. Definitely.
Quota for this month is over.
Yeah. Okay, hi guys. Saw Valimai. Okay, movies that made us cry. Okay, no. Okay, wait. Firstly, actually, you watched Valimai, right?
No.
Don't lie.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I wanted, but just the timings don't work.
Sure. That's the reason. But yeah, Valimai was, I don't know what to say. No, pretty good. As in the stunts and the bikes, all of that stuff was good. But other than that, I know they had a lot of trouble trying to make this film happen over the last 2 years with COVID and all of that stuff. But still, I really expected a lot better.
I think this is the film that got like so trending every month. Where's the update? I think even a cricket match also someone was holding it like.
Yeah, they asked Amla, right? If I'm not wrong, like chat can say if it's Amla.
Yeah, they asked someone. About it also.
That was trending all.
See, the best part is owning a merchandise of that film, and you can always found it on Fully Filmy.
Nice.
I was not paid for that.
Influencer. Yeah, not paid for this at all. Completely organic brand placement. But hey, someone is asking you, bro, Bhimla Nayak. What do you think of Bhimla Nayak? We were speaking about Bhimla Nayak.
Yeah.
I guess Nona can tell you his thoughts.
I feel it's out and out a Pawan Kalyan film, and if you're a fan of a Telugu mass film, it would be really enjoyable. And story wise also, because it's based on AK, the story beats are really good, and whatever changes.
AK, by the way, AK means something else in Tamil Nadu. Okay, it means Ajit Kumar over here.
Okay.
So
Appanam
we just
Koshiyam.
spoke about Valimai. So
Yeah. So based on that, so of course the story is really solid. It's not like oh my god, that makes no sense like that. But definitely they have taken their different choices, and it's the runtime is cut down by 30 minutes. So you can feel that rush if you have seen the original. But I think for a fan, like it's meant for Telugu audience and they'll enjoy it. I think and I think it's doing wonders at box office.
right.
So that's great.
It's just been what is the date today? Oh, it's been 3 days already.
Yeah.
I'm totally lost track of time. But it's a Pawan Kalyan film. It's like full of mass and stuff. So I'm sure it'll do well. But anyways, we're not here to talk about Bhimla Nayak and Valimai. I mean, we can talk about that also on another stream. But today's topic is movies that made us cry, right?
Yeah.
And so firstly, I'll just answer a few of the questions that's coming up on the chat. Okay. So Rishikesh Bhaskaran, he's asking, is it ideal to include Malayalam movies in this discussion? Why not? So this is not limited to Tamil or Malayalam or English or Telugu or Kannada or anything. Like all over the place.
Like we can name a Japanese movie also.
Oh shit! That reminds me to write something down.
Oh, that's a lot of that is gonna happen throughout the stream.
Yeah, definitely. So,
my eyes on the chat.
Yeah, people have already started, sharing their favorite movies which made them cry. But firstly, I want to introduce Nona to the stream. Suppose there is anyone who doesn't know Nona on the channel. On
half
my
of
channel.
them.
Yeah. Shut up. Okay. So suppose you guys don't know him. Nona is simply like he's the North Indian representative. He's one of the few people who talks about regional cinema. I don't want to call it regional cinema anymore, but basically South Indian cinema, mainly Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada also, right? I'm sure you talk about all of that stuff. So I think apart from Tried and Refused Productions and now Film Companion, the Northern channel, in the sense the All India Film Companion, not Film Companion South. So apart from these two, I think there are very, very few people who actually care about this part of the country, and that's why huge respect to Nona. I have been part of so many of his streams where, like, whenever he asks me, like, I try my best to make it on his stream. This is the first time Nona's gracing my channel, so everyone welcome Nona. Drop a fire in the chat.
It's
Nona
my
OP
pleasure.
Yeah, I don't know these live terms and all that. Like, I've just started streaming, so everyone Nona OP. But
I think the Discord gang will be like Nona 10.
What is Nona 10?
So it's like Lalitan. So they have created Nona 10.
This is making.
So we have these emojis, right? So on Discord. So one of them is called Nona 10, where I'm like, it's actually from my college, which they used to, show as a student profile or something. So it's like me giving a pose like that. I don't know from where someone got that. They, made a PNG and posted as an emoji.
And your stickers are like a huge thing on Discord. Like I've not seen that much activity in any other server that I follow. But yours, like every time they take some picture of you, and it's usually this, right? Like this and stuff like
most of them, I'll take the credit. I only posted them.
That's okay. We have to do all of this shit. But anyways, so Nona, welcome to the channel. Finally, after a long time we're doing this. But first thing, I just wanted to ask you, we were trying to come up with a topic for this chat, right?
Yeah.
We were speaking about, one topic was what we watched this month. One thing was like a general movies Q&A, just let chat ask questions and we'll go one by one. And then out of nowhere, you suggested movies that made me cry.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? What are you going through in life right now? What is going on?
It's okay. This is weird because you expect like if I said that means something is going wrong, but actually I am someone.
I didn't say anything going wrong.
No.
I asked what is going on.
I got going on as in, I would say it's actually very challenging for me because you always say, oh, mard rote nahi hai, right? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's not the case. But honestly, the moment I've, the more I grow older, I've become more stone-hearted in a way that I
How old
want.
are you right now?
I'm 24, but still.
What should I say?
The thing is, it's not
24 as I grow older.
grow older
Yeah,
as
go on, go
in
on.
the more I evolve in life. Because I want to cry, I want to let it all out, but I don't know why it just reaches there and then no, it doesn't. So I don't know if something is wrong with me or if the film is not able to make me do it, but then there are some which just stand out, and that's why I think that those can hit you harder. And I do feel things. I know I'm there. I want to break out crying, but it just doesn't cross that that thin line. It just reaches there and like, nah, let's go back. I know it's this defense mechanism or something like that, just trying to no, let's not go there. So I
What?
don't
So
know.
it's never happened.
No, it has happened, which is my topic anyway. But it's like, because then that happened actually in the childhood. So in recent times, I don't remember where like just all out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. So it's basically movies that made us emotional, right? In some way, like emotional in the sense like you feel like a tear coming up, but then it gets stuck somewhere
Yeah.
over here. So all those movies also qualify. And
Yeah.
people have also started already mentioning a lot of movies like Jersey, Visar? No, why Visar ne? But yeah, it was disturbing, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it made me cry and
Yeah.
all that. Nayattu and Endiran. Why?
Very okay.
Raghav,
Endiran is the robot, right?
yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Maybe because
Such a
of graphics.
spectrum, like Nayat and Endiran. Okay. No, that's all right.
Yeah, let's go through few of the choices. Okay, one more thing, right? So what we're going to do is both of us, me and Nona, are going to come like back and forth with a lot of these movies that made us emotional or cry in some cases, in most cases, and we don't have like a ranking for these movies, but then there is one top movie for each of us. I don't know if it's the same thing, it could be the same thing, it could be different,
Yeah.
but whatever it is, if any of you guess even like either one, or if you guess both, that's fine. Our top picks, you get a free Fully Filmy t-shirt. That is something that like a free giveaway. Let's just guess. I don't think it's going to be easy, like very difficult for you guys to guess mine if you watch some of the videos. But Nona, I'm not sure. He looks like a very
I'm worried.
deceiving, deceptive.
What if I've said this out some video live stream? So I'm worried if
Possible,
someone will
but you
guess
make
it.
like so many videos,
Yeah.
so obviously somewhere you would have mentioned. So if you guys follow him, so I'm sure you can guess it. But see, all of you guys are okay. Someone has started guessing. Shaurya Pathak says Premam for Raunaq. It is one of these things, but it's not the top. I'm asking for the number one thing. And also you guys are guessing a lot of movies, Interstellar, Mahanadi, all of that stuff. I'm not sure if it is your guess or in the sense
Yeah.
your pick for this topic, or if you're like saying that this thing is for Raunaq. So if example you think the answer for me is Rang De Basanti, for example, say Rang De Basanti for Raunaq. Someone has already said it, and say Mahanadi for Nona if you
Yeah.
want, right? So that's what we're going to go. So okay, let's start. Okay, we have our first super chat from
That's
Rishikesh
great.
Bhaskaran. Akash Dood, 1993 Malayalam movie classic. People watch this movie just to cry. Have you watched it?
No. No.
Okay, Rishikesh,
Not heard
just
of
tell
it.
me who comes in this movie.
I'm
I'm
just
pretty sure
noting.
it's like Mohanlal. I'm okay, no, wait. Prem Prakash. Okay. I'm not sure. I've not watched this movie, but we will add this to the list.
Okay,
But
one good thing the chat is doing, they're mentioning the name and the movie. So Nona Udam saying Home for Ronak. So I think that's good.
oh yeah. Oh, but how are we going to keep track of this? It's just going.
Someone actually
back and forth.
mentioned mine, so I already copied the name and pasted it.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. Pursuit of Happiness, Ronak. No, I mean I love the movie, but no, it's not number one. Nayagan for Ronak. No, I didn't cry for Nayagan. Interstellar Ronak. No, it is there, but it's not number one. Yeah, I too agree, Akash. Okay, let's start. So
Hey, I have a question for you.
yeah.
I think one of the
You
chat
were gonna ask me.
inspired me. Okay, that question you already answered. But anyway, my question was
Hmm.
because you watch a lot of movies in different languages, right? And I'm sure you'll have one pick from each language. Do you think watching a movie, and you also know Malayalam and Tamil, right? So do you think what?
Malayalam, in the sense like I need a little bit of subtitles
Okay,
help. I can't like completely understand. Like
but do you
it's. I'm
think
sorry, guys.
watching a film in your native language will connect to you more than the other?
No, in the sense, of course, like there is a deeper emotional connect because you've grown up on it, right?
Yeah,
In the sense, I will still say, like I watch different kinds of movies: Japanese, Korean, Malayalam, all of that stuff, whatever in any language. But give me like a commercial Tamil movie or like a really good Malayalam movie or a really good Hindi movie. These are the things that I've grown up on. So no matter how world class like an Italian or Spanish film is or an Iranian film is, whatever, it might be very, very close to me, but still a really good commercial movie in the languages that I know, the language that I've grown up in will hit me much deeper,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Right. Because it's too close to us. That's what we've grown up on. Right. Raunaq Tamasha, no. Surare Potre, no. MN for Raunaq, no. It just came out. Like there is a. It didn't make me cry. It made me smile more than anything else. You watched Modalni Modumni?
Yeah.
So I think so. There is a connection. If you follow Fully Filmy's videos like from
Yeah.
before, if you know, so there's Kishan who's become
Yeah.
like the actor of that. So there's like a personal connection, but it didn't make me cry as such. Right.
My mom is in the chat.
Oh, hi auntie. How's it going?
She also got a channel now, so
Wow. Nice.
I'm making
You
everyone in
guys,
my house a YouTuber.
you guys make videos together. Like you guys do family reviews and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
I think
really
we
sweet.
recently tried to make biryani from Ustad Hotel, and the same video she also reviewed it. So while making the biryani,
Oh,
so we
nice. I
tried
think I
something
saw
like that.
the teaser thumbnail.
Yeah,
Yeah. I was just scrolling through and I saw it. I'll watch it. But yeah, someone says race 3 for Ronak. No, I've not watched it yet. Ronak, a separation? No. What is this? Is reverse nepotism. What does reverse nepotism mean? Balaji SM says namesake for Ronak. Okay, there are lots of these things coming. If anyone calls out the correct one, I will highlight it. But anyways, until then, let's get started. Nona,
All
I'm
right.
sure you have like a list of like 25, 30 movies
Yes.
or something. That's what you said.
Yes.
So let's go.
All right. So I think I'm sure there'll be a lot of Pixar movies. So I think let's
Uh-huh.
get done with those first. What do you say?
Okay, cool.
Recently saw Enchanto or Encanto. I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Encanto, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't there. I would say. So in that sense, it wasn't. But I think the next one I would choose is Coco.
Okay.
That last scene where he goes to his grandma, please remember him. It just oh my god, I had to hold in. The moment I actually saw it in Hindi by mistake in theaters, and my brother was so pissed. But still, the dubbing was awesome, and it still got me. Oh my god, I have to control. No, don't. It was it just hits you so hard because you already think death, right? It's over. This movie takes to that other level that there's afterlife also, and you enjoy that, and suddenly like oh my god, if he's forgotten, even a death person is like gone forever. That when that hits you, right? So I think it just ending it just little more, and I would have lost it.
Like I have a confession to make. Okay, this is a problem that I'm facing. Like I think I watched Coco actually pretty recently.
Okay.
I don't know when it came out. I think it maybe
20,
3-4 years back.
2019 and 18.
18. So I
2018.
think I watched it in this house, like in the sense in the last couple of years only. And there are some movies you don't remember what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Like I don't know if it happens to you. You don't remember the exact scene, but you remember how it made you feel. This happens with a lot of older movies, but I think because of too much question, like how do you say, too much content happening like
Yeah.
all around us. Whatever I watch even 2 weeks back, that time I'll be like very deeply impacted. This happens for most things, not like all, but most of the movies or shows or something. And Coco is one of those movies. Okay, like I remember how it made me feel, but I don't remember that scene that you're talking about. In the sense that
Okay.
it happens with a lot of
Yeah.
movies like that. But you mentioned something about afterlife.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not a movie, obviously, but there's a show called Afterlife. Have you
Oh
watched it?
yeah, I've seen your tweets. Yeah.
Have you
No,
watched the
no, not
show?
yet, not yet.
Okay, I know, guys. You guys are sleeping on this. I don't know. It is all over the place on Netflix. I
Yeah.
talk about it fucking all the time, but I think it really deserves a lot more attention. Like the season 3 just dropped, so the story is actually very very simple. Okay, so Ricky Gervais is the stand-up comedian, like in real life.
Yeah.
So he makes a lot of these crude jokes. His style is very very
I
unapologetic.
saw his Oscar one.
Yeah. That his stand-up. He made the British version of Office, the original
Yeah.
The Office, right? So when you say that this guy is going to make an emotional show, you think like it might work. It mostly is not going to work, but comedians, when they do emotional stuff, example, when Jim Carrey does dramas,
Yeah.
like it really hits you. So this guy made this show about a man who loses his wife, basically. Okay, in the sense he's very very deeply in love with her. So you see their relationship over flashbacks through some videos that both of them shot together. And after his wife's death, this guy who used to be this amazing, kind, generous, very loving, very fun loving guy, who's like pretty much like the ideal husband, he just loses all of that. He becomes like fucking depressed. He becomes an asshole to everyone around him, and that itself is funny, but at the same time it makes you cry. And in every episode you'll feel like
So
tears
basically,
coming.
John Wick without action.
I don't know how you connected both those things, but no, it's not like that. Okay.
Like the first
In a
movie, he
way,
loses. Yeah.
and there is like a dog in this also. Like the dog is the only thing that's actually keeping him alive. In the sense, um, he how do you say, he tries to commit suicide multiple times,
Yeah.
but for some reason, I think for the dog, or the dog is like this metaphor for his wife, who actually calls him back in some way, right? And so the rest of the show is about how he actually deals with the grief, how he comes to terms with the grief. He never really becomes completely okay, but it's about all of the people that he meets. And by the end you will I don't know, you won't feel happy exactly, but you'll feel okay with death, right? In the sense, like your own death, the people around you. And a lot of the movies that are on my list, I'm sure a lot of movies are on your list also, is like um, might have to do with death, that
Yeah.
scenes that make you cry and stuff. Yeah, so Afterlife is one such show from my side.
A lot of chats coming in.
Yeah, there's too much. Wait. Tender Bar, John Wick without action, Raunaq, the Namesake. It is definitely on the list. Might have cried for Sudani from Nigeria. Yes, on the list. Pursuit of Happiness for Raunaq. No, I think
Can you talk about that film? Because it's in my list of the movie everyone cries, but I didn't.
I didn't cry, but I definitely felt emotional, because the thing is with Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
He does pretty much the same thing in every movie. I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but he has this particular style, right?
Yeah.
He has this particular expression on his face, which like just dead stare looking at the other person, and then you feel emotional.
Yeah.
So because of that, because of some other movies also I've seen like that, I think Pursuit of Happiness is also a very very popular movie, right? Everyone, if you say emotional movie, feel good movie, all of that stuff, the first thing that pops into your head, like in most people's head, is Pursuit of Happiness. And for
Even
me,
on Google.
yeah, even on Google, right? So if something is spoken about too much,
Yeah.
then I don't know. For me, that loses a little bit of value. And
I
what do you
understand.
think about Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah. I try to always try to differentiate what the public opinion about a film. But even like when I saw it, okay, it was okay. Oh, when he says, this is called this is what happiness, like yeah, cool, nice. It feel does get that when he goes that downhill, right? With his son, it, oh man, nice. Oh, feel sad, but yeah, that's it. Nothing more than And do you think if the story of the character is more relatable, the emotions hit you harder? Like if someone had gone through that phase, not like that literal that phase, but the phase where everything was just going downhill for him, but he couldn't
Yeah.
make it. But watching the film, he just lost it.
No, 100% right. Like there's so many movies. Like for example, there's one obvious movie on my list which is Tamasha. Right. It is not. A lot of people might not really get the hype around the movie
Yeah,
for some reason. Like they say, and it didn't really work at the box office also. But for me, like there is one particular shot actually. It's not even an entire scene, but he's in school, right?
he throws his
He's
book.
he throws his book and then he screams on the table. I've done that. I've been that person because they've been that person before exams and after my exams. I've taken my maths book and I've also set it on fire.
Oh,
So I've in my house. I've actually done that. I almost got into trouble. Like, it started
yeah,
getting out of control, but managed it. So obviously, if you've been through that phase, right, like that, and then when you want to do something but you really don't know what exactly your path is, because that's like the one of the ultimate pains, that you don't want to do this, you want to do something else, but you can't really put your hand on what exactly that career stream is or
yeah,
what job you're going to take up. You don't have answers to people, right?
yeah,
Like your parents and everything, and then that hurts you even more. So you try to do research, you try to do all of that stuff. Somehow, like, I went through that phase and I got here. I don't know if this is the perfect life, but at least I'm not doing that. That works out in the sense, like, I was in the IT
yeah,
before I got into the creative side, advertising and all of that, right? And that was not something I could do. Like, I didn't understand it. That was not meant for me, but I'm sure a lot of people like that job. They like doing that. That's fine for them. I'm not shitting on IT jobs or anything. I just want to say that it's not that it's anything below me or something. I just wanted to do something else, just making it clear before people get offended. But anyway, so that is where do we start from? From pursuit
yeah.
of happiness, we came here, right?
You're
So
talking
you,
about Tamasha. I
yeah.
found the film a little overrated, but the scene you mentioned, right? That's the scene that stands out for me. And it's not
Yeah.
him shouting; it's when he gets up and brings the book back and starts studying again.
Oh
That's
fuck
what
yeah.
hits me back.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
that because that's like I didn't shout, I didn't throw my book, but that I felt inside, and then I have to do it again. I have to do it. That
Yeah, you just have to get through it,
yeah,
right? And then, like, I've had such stupid thoughts that time, when, especially when you're in 10th, 12th, your
yeah,
board exams are coming up, and then you don't understand anything, and then you throw the book and then you get it back, and then sometimes you feel like your world is so small, your worldview is so small, you have really dark thoughts, like really stupid. I don't know if it's happened to you, but I've had some negative thoughts that time. It seems so damn stupid right now, but
yeah.
it is a reality for a lot of people who are in school who could really do that. But let's not get into education system and all of that. It'll go on a completely
I
different
just want to
branch.
know if anyone watching is crying already.
Yeah, it's already a little heavy beginning. Arjav Jain says, "Don't do spoilers, please." What? Did we spoil anything from, like, shots from the movie, guys? That shot is there
Possible.
in the trailer also, I think,
Maybe
and
I think
pretty
he's
much
talking about afterlife. I don't know.
that is the beginning of the film,
Yeah.
right? That's the beginning of the film, so it's fine. Okay. Ron, did you watch Jersey Telugu movie? Yeah, I did watch it. Didn't absolutely love it as much as everyone else, but
Yeah.
there are few things that really worked, right?
I think the
That
last scene works. Him shouting at the train station works.
that is that's the last scene.
No, him.
Ah,
I'm saying the
the
ending
middle
and
part.
that scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Few things really work, but it got a little bit stretched.
Yeah.
What else are people suggesting? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, definitely on the list. Life is Beautiful and Hachi is a dog tail.
Hachi.
100%.
Okay. Okay, let's go
Oh,
there.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Hachi. Like this was. I think this was the movie that everyone. Oh my god, this movie will make you cry. This is the movie everyone cries. This, that. I'm like, I'm watching like, cool. A dog. Oh man, sad for you. Okay, done. Okay, bye. Like it. I didn't. It
Seriously.
didn't hit me. It didn't hit me. You know the. I think for me personally, it's like the worst feeling I can have is the helplessness, right? And I connect through that to the dog, that it's like, like not the dog but the people around him, that we cannot tell him what has happened. That
Yeah.
hits me, but not like, oh my god, I'm crying. I mean, nothing like that. I don't know why.
In the beginning of the stream when you said like as you're growing older you're getting stone hearted,
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Thank you for confirming that.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. I mean, I can't say I cried like like that, like how people say, but I really relate to that aspect of you know a dog, like fuck cats. Okay, I'm not saying all pets, but dogs, right? I've really almost throughout my life I've always had a dog. I still have a couple of dogs in the family who have moved to Bombay and Bangalore and stuff. So even now, last week, one of my favorite dogs, like her name is Jiffy, so she was over here. That dog is not a dog actually. It's like a human who can't really speak, like and a human who does not differentiate between anything else. There is
Yeah.
like just so much unconditional love, so I can really understand that. So Hachi, and there's also another movie, Male and Me, right?
Okay.
Have you watched Male and Me?
No, no, no. I don't think so.
You know of it, right? But it's about this. It has Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston, and they have
Wait,
like a
what did
family
you
of dogs.
say? What was the name of the
Male
film?
and Me. Male and
Why
Me.
thought you were talking about some South Indian movie?
Non
No,
Malayalam.
no, I not heard of that.
Yeah. So it's about how a couple who are just in love, who are getting married, they adopt this dog who's like the worst dog ever, in the sense destroys everything at home.
Yeah.
And then how in the end, like they grow up with the dog. Like as the dog grows older, their relationship also matures. They move towns, they move jobs, they have kids, all of that stuff happens. And how the dog also like keeps growing old, and by the end, um, okay, no, no spoilers, but then yeah, but the end will like really hit me. So you're not a dog person. You're not like a pets
No,
person,
I
I guess.
am. I'm a big one, but I have a tragic story about that also. Maybe some other stream.
Okay.
But
Incidents
I
that
think
made
the
us
thing,
cry.
what I feel like having one dog, I feel like I want the street dog, requires more attention than having a dog and taking care of it, right? So when I was small, I used to think, I'll just get all the street dogs, I'll buy a land for them, and they can just live and enjoy there, because I don't want to pick one. I want to help this one. Like, just
Yeah,
thoughts.
makes
Biryani,
sense.
khayali pulao.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, but the other thing you can do is adopt a street dog, which
Yeah.
like I've done. So and a lot of people should do that. Please don't buy dogs. This is not a pets welfare stream, but still don't buy dogs. It's like really bad for them. Uh, yeah. Surya Prakash, wow, I gave you guys two topics to talk about. I think he only asked about Hachi. Wait.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. What else on your list? There
Okay.
are a lot of things
Yeah.
that
Already
people
people are like
suggested.
giving so many movies, so we can just actually take one. Uh, there's one everyone's talking about. Let's save it.
Huh.
Save it for the end. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Give me a
Uh,
clue.
okay, I don't know how to.
Does it involve a kid?
Yes. Okay.
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 Not
Let's
saying
just
anything.
go through. Just 2-3 films in the one on which I didn't cry. Lion. Have you seen Lion with Dave Patel?
Yeah, I watched it. No, I didn't
Yeah.
cry.
Even me.
I thought
It was cool.
it
Okay.
was
Nice.
engaging,
Yeah.
and that Google Maps stuff was really cool. But other than that, no. And the
Okay.
thing is, like just like that, you have Slumdog Millionaire, no?
Yeah.
I think it's the same boy also. I'm not very sure.
No, not the same boy.
Okay, at least Dev Patel is there in that
Yeah.
also. So there's something common. So I think that was like a stream of these Indian poverty porn kind
Yeah.
of movies. So you kind of feel a little disconnected. But
Tamasha, we talked Hachiko. Room, have you seen Room with Bray Larson?
oh, I loved Room.
That, yeah.
I had no idea what that movie was about. I just went like we were just
Same.
I just went into a theater
Oh,
and
theater, okay.
yeah, I watched it and what the fuck? But didn't make me cry. But
Yeah,
it
same.
really hit really hard.
But
really made me cry.
from that, a question. Do you think the experience of watching a movie like in a theater or like as a big event leaves a bigger impression than just watching casually on streaming or just on a laptop at night?
Big event means
Like going to a theater, going with friends, going with family, like occasion, like a birthday. So like a lot of Amir Khan films, right? They used to come around my birthday. So as family, we used to go for them. So 3 Idiots, Taare Zameen Par, all of them I've seen like that. So and back then movies was like an occasion, like on someone's birthday or anniversary, we'll go. It's not like every weekend something. So do you think that leaves a bigger impression?
see for me, the thing is, for us every Wednesday, every Friday, whatever the days, we'll go to the theater. The thing is, in Chennai, tickets were really cheap.
Yeah.
Even now, compared to other places, it's like really cheap. But this was the time when I was in school, I used to go to the cheapest ticket was like 10 rupees. Even until a few years ago, like there is this very famous theater called Satyam Cinemas over here. So the front rows, the first 2 rows would be just 10 rupees. I've gone just once for like the 10 rupees ticket, but other than that, normally I used to go for 30 rupees, 40 rupees. So the thing is, it was really affordable, right?
Yeah.
So we used to bunk school and go. We used to, go as friends, go with the family. So it wasn't like an event thing. But I think when you go with people, I don't think it's comparable to streaming at all.
Yeah.
Firstly, you put your phones, right? Like in the sense your phones are down mostly.
Yeah.
Like good, like people who really like movies will put their phone down, put their fucking screens off and watch the film. And it's like this huge in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So you are already immersed into it. But when you're watching the same movie on your phone, firstly, you have notifications from other apps and everything, because obviously unless you download it, switch off Wi-Fi and all and watch it, then okay. But even otherwise, it's like that feeling doesn't come, like especially if you're watching like a comedy film. Right? If you're watching a comedy film in a theater, that entire feeling, like everyone laughs, the same laugh won't be there at home on your TV or on your phone screen. I think I spoke about it on one of our streams only, about when I spoke about Doctor, right? Doctor is from last year, insanely funny movie, but at home I wasn't getting that same thing. It's supposed to be experienced in the theater. But yeah, it does definitely leaves long-term impact. And especially there's one film like Rang De Basanti. I speak about that film all the time. A lot of people have also mentioned it in the chat. So Rang De Basanti, it was I think 6 or 8 of us who went for the movie. We were in 11th or something. The trailers made it look like it was like a really, really cool, urban movie about like young people, and this is what college life will be like. We thought it's a movie about college life, and then there's some kind of a revolutionary angle. The music was amazing, and then you come next, like close to the interval, and it shoots you in the stomach. Like it just suddenly they draw the ground from beneath your feet, right? And by the end, like the last shot is of them laughing, like all the entire cast laughing at you, looking down at you and laughing, but you are crying inside. And after we came out, we like all of us couldn't speak to each other. Like we could feel that that shivering feeling that was there. So what did you think of Rang De Basanti? I'm sure it's
CM Viswa Jyotira said Taare Zameen Par for Nona. I'm sorry, it's Rang De Basanti.
Oh, number one.
And I can even mention Ashish Reddy mentioned Rang De Basanti the first. He didn't say Nona or Raunaq, but he was the first to mention that, so I just wrote his name.
Maybe he said like his own choice, so that's also possible, right?
Yeah, that's true. But Rang De Basanti, it was the film I cried. But I would say I was small also, and maybe I couldn't at that moment I couldn't understand what the film is trying to say. But it was cool, revolutionaries also, or freedom fighters. Oh, at the end, and the moment they kill, right? That's like the hit you get, right? The hero died. Oh my god. And I remember I can picture in my head, I can fully picture in my head just losing and crying and like, why they died? And I'm like crying. I for half an hour I cried, and I think 2 years back I watched the film again, and that moment it got me again. So, and then the film made me clear also how ironic it is, how it's commenting about a society, how we are living right now. The connection, everything just hits you harder, and that ending again just gets me. I think so. Rang De Basanti for that is my top pick.
And it's still relevant, right?
Yeah.
It is so relevant right now. But I think, I don't know, what do you think? Like, would it have been allowed to release today?
No.
No chance.
No way.
No fucking chance.
There are so many films. I'm like, when I'm watching, right? I'm like, no way this is getting even released. Even people thinking about it. And I feel a lot of South Indian films get away with that. I'm watching a film. I'm like, dude, there's no way this will. Recently.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so there's no way, like, or if it's a pan India, no, people will go crazy. Like some of the visuals, like there was a hint of it in a show, a big show on Amazon, which people went crazy. 32 FIRs on it. Tandav.
Are you talking about Tandav?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even that was not even that bad. It was not even like a caricature or something, But the stuff I've seen in some of the South Indian films, I'm like, dude, people like kill if they see this, in this current situation. So I definitely feel South Indian films get away with all of these things. But yeah, this is what the reality we are living in today.
But name one or two such South Indian films.
I don't want to.
If you can.
You can take example of, I think, Angamali Diaries, like, the scene in the bar.
Okay.
Recently, I saw this movie, right? Aja Gaja Taram. In that movie also, so there are like people who are performing like Ram Leela kind of a thing. And so in the costume, the things they do, like, oh my God, that's people will take so much offense on that. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Quickly before I get to the Ram Leela thing, you mentioned Ram Leela, so I got reminded of a film, right? Firstly, I just want to address a certain person in the chat. My wife is in the chat and she says Bahubali. So basically, she's Telugu, okay? So she's trying to crack a joke and shit. Intra.
But I would say the scene where the speech scene in the first movie, that's like little good, like not like I cried or something, but it was a good speech. And the scene where Bahubali dies, those like that scene, like,
of course, like really,
especially in Hindi, it hits you harder.
That's okay. In the sense, like, I think the dubbing is done really well.
Yeah.
For Bahubali, and for anything, the dubbing is getting like much better now. Even for like Marvel movies, the dubbing is like really good. And I don't know if it has the same effect, but Deadpool, when it came in Tamil, and it could have, like, I just wish there was someone who makes like a completely uncensored version. But anyways, they really nailed like the lingo. They were using Vadivel dialogues and everything like that. So,
yeah.
But anyways, moving on. So you mentioned Ram Leela.
Yeah.
So there is this one small sequence which comes in that movie. It's not really very integral to the movie, but kind of like Ram Leela happens during Dasera, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Just take a guess. Okay. This scene, it happens after a very, very intense scene that happens in a village. Right?
Wait, what? I'm confused. What are we doing here?
Guess the movie.
Okay.
Firstly.
Okay.
So the movie has a Ram Leela sequence in it.
Okay.
It has like a song. Right before the Ram Leela sequence, there's like a really hard-hitting speech that is still relevant even today, which happens like in this village. And it has like a very big star in it. Like you would never expect someone like him to be part of this movie, but he did it. I don't know if
I'm worried.
the
I'm
chat can
worried.
guess.
What if I've not seen the movie?
I'm pretty sure you've seen it.
Can
Okay,
you?
someone has already started guessing. Safalya Nayak has already guessed.
Okay, I'm not
Swades.
looking at that. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, so I understand why I couldn't get it.
I can understand, but in the sense, I also watched it again, like rewatched it like last week, like 3-4 days back.
Yeah,
And of course, there are few scenes that you wish Ashutosh Gowarikar like was more cinematic with his approach, because like even especially the cinematography, right? He decided to use a documentary filmmaker to actually shoot the movie. So the entire film is very, very grounded and rooted.
yeah,
I'm saying this because at that time the film failed at the box office, right?
yeah.
I was 14 years old, and it really, really hit me for two reasons. One, because of the movie. Secondly, because there were hardly any people in the theater. And this was Chennai. It's still understandable that Hindi movie crowd is a little bit less, but I don't know. I just wish there were more people saw it, like even today. So that is like uh, easily one of my favorite Shah Rukh Khan movies for sure. And there are so many scenes like in after 45 minutes, 1 hour of the film, right?
Yeah,
There's a scene where he has to go to this village, this other village, to
yeah,
collect rent from this farmer, and that farmer can't pay. And then he comes back and he keeps thinking about it in the train, like, and outside the train, there's this boy selling water for 25 paise, for 25 paise, and then he buys it and then he drinks it. Fuck, I miss, like, I'm crying for another reason, because I don't think we'll ever get to see that Shah Rukh Khan again. Like right
that's
now, I don't
true.
know what stage is he in, but yeah, man. So Swadesh is like definitely. Just today, I rewatched Swadesh Barney K saying it's
Great.
fucking awesome, right? Fucking awesome movie. What? And yeah, Anurag Rathore says Rahman's music was a masterpiece. Even today, when I'm riding my bike, I still listen to Swadesh soundtrack, and not when I'm riding, especially when, like you said in the beginning, right? Sometimes you want to cry,
Yeah,
sometimes you want to feel that cathartic experience. Just play Ye Jo Desh Hai Tera every time. Automatically chills come. But anyways, end game for Raunaq. No. Why? I hate Marvel movies. Okay, I don't hate Marvel movies, but not a big fan.
that's all right.
Anyways, yeah.
Talking
Next
about
on your list.
uh, okay, one movie that I did cry but really hit me hard was Into the Wild. If you have seen it.
Lovely. One of my
Oh,
favorites. It was going to be on the list, but a lot of movies was going to be on the list. But the thing is, it really impacted me, but I didn't really get like this thing. But it's one film which I keep going back to. It has amazing repeat value. It's especially for anyone who's feeling little, how do you say, a little lost
yeah.
in life, or they feel like they're running some kind of a rat race, and they should watch it. Of course, not take everything from it and follow it blindly. That'll be a stupid move. If anyone's watched Into the Wild, you'll know. But yeah,
This film was like, okay, I see where this is going. I don't believe in this, okay, this culture of, oh, let's just explore the world and just see where it ends. I think the where the film really suddenly hits me hard is that last portion, right? When
yeah.
he's spending his time alone, before like he's stuck, before we get to know that he's stuck. That moment, I suddenly, oh my god, this is giving me some. I have something's happening to me, and then he gets stuck, and he's just, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot even imagine being in those shoes, you know. And then again, that helplessness thing, right? He cannot do anything,
Yeah.
yeah, nothing, and he just, just writes that. What I was searching, I think he writes what I was searching, just share your experience, something like that, and he just lays down, and like
Yeah.
someone found him after 16 days. I'm like, what are the chances, what are the odds of this happening, that someone found him? What if this movie wouldn't have exist if someone
Yeah.
didn't found him, right? So like, it just
So
blew my mind.
apparently, the ending was slightly changed to make it more cinematic and less
Sad.
depressing. I'm not going to get into what exactly happened, but how he died and what was his state of mind or something, apparently was very, very bad. Like, I think he had written about it somewhere. That's why people got to know about what he was going to do. Like we see him scratching that on the table, right, and
Yeah.
with his knife,
Yeah.
constant things and stuff. So the ending is like actually much worse. And until that point, I actually romanticized that. Like, I thought someday
Yeah.
this should
Yeah.
someday we should do this. But by the end, like,
You know,
it's okay.
I didn't know it's a real story.
Right.
I watched it, and then they showed a real photo of him, and I'm like, what? And then I looked up, and I'm like, oh shit, this is too much.
Someone said, Bharani IK, I guess, my life changed after watching Into the Wild. I'm glad you're still here. I think there's so much to take away from that movie. And whenever I have to explain something, especially in my videos, like whenever I have to talk about like a feeling about escaping or something, I always use one Into the Wild image. Like, there is this scene, I think, during the middle of the movie where he's on this beach and he's on top of this hill and he's reading a book, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one image that will never go from my mind, like from cinema.
Yeah.
Like, it will never go from my mind. Anyways, Manasa Rajan Rangde Basanti for Raunaq. No, it is definitely among the top, like I said. But in terms of crying, so the number one film on my list, we'll get to it, but it is among the two movies which made me cry, and it's the only movie that I choked on myself crying, and I tried to hide myself because I was with my mom and sis, so I had to. It really, really broke me, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get to it later, but anyways, so the second movie, which apart from that, which I really teared up multiple times. So this was a time again when I was in school and I used to bunk school and go watch movies. Ticket was like 40 rupees, 50 rupees. And the person who was supposed to come with me unfortunately had to ditch at the last moment. So the thing is, when you bunk school and come, you can't go back to school.
Yeah.
Right? You can't go back to school. You can't even go home.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to spend the time. So I bought, for the first time in my life, I'm watching a movie alone. I thought, like, now I can do it easily. But at that time, when I was 15, 16, when you go for a movie, you don't really go for a movie alone.
Yeah.
At least most people. You think it's uncool or you feel scared. I don't know. But thankfully, I went for the movie alone because I was not ready for what was going to come. So that film for me is The Namesake. I'm not sure if you watched it, but
No, I'm not. I've heard a lot,
oh,
but I haven't.
please watch it. And in the sense, if you're a sucker for these kind of movies, it is such a well-made movie. And for the first time, it shifts from characters to characters, and you won't even know. Like, it's like chapters. It's based on a book.
Yeah.
So very, very simple story about a Bengali couple who move abroad, which is Tabu and Irfan Khan.
Yeah.
And Irfan Khan is in both of them. Irfan and Tabu, two of my favorite actors. So I think it's career best performances easily, right, for both of them. So basically, they move from India to the US sometime in the 70s or 80s or something to start a life there. And it's about how they have children and how the children grow up. And, something happens in the film, obviously. But how you being Indians, you grow up in like a foreign land.
Yeah.
And then you lose your sense of identity. You don't know to whom you belong. You belong to US or you belong to India. What are your values? What are your this thing? You don't come to terms with it until you grow a little older. Like you also said, when you evolve, when you like mature, you cross 25, 30, all that, you really realize what's important in your life, and then you come to terms with that. So that's what the movie is about. And there's this particular scene. So the thing is that the same year is just a few months ago, before the movie release, is when I lost my dad.
Okay.
And my thing is that I didn't get to spend too much time with my dad because both parents being government employees, we had to keep,
Yeah.
traveling. Sometimes so many years were there without my dad. He was living in a different city. We were with mom. And then finally, when we came down here to Chennai, that was the time we were going to start spending together, but he passed away. And the same thing pretty much happens in the movie also. This is not a spoiler, it's a very this thing. So this guy who's grown up in the States, who spent most of his school college life resenting his parents because he feels that they're uncool, like he doesn't want his friends to even see them or meet them. He just quickly runs away. Then when the tragedy happens and then he comes back and then he sees that his dad is not there,
Yeah.
he sees an empty bed, okay, like where his dad used to sleep. Like some people say that you are you become memories with the things that you leave behind, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you follow the Internet Said So podcast with
I know, but I don't.
yeah. So there's this one guy, Neville Shah. He talks about death a lot because he had a very, very, difficult experience with his mom passing away. Okay. Like battling cancer and all of that. And he had a very close relationship with his mom. But when she actually died, it took time for him to process it. Right?
Yeah.
People grieve differently. Like they, how do you say? Some people cry a lot, some people don't react, some people just go into hiding, they don't eat. Different people grieve differently. So this guy also, he didn't really react much, he didn't know what was going on because he spent 2-3 months in the hospital taking care of his mom and probably even waiting that this will somehow pass, she will come to a better place. So after his mom's death, after a few days, he had to go back to his mom's house along with his friend, and he went to this cupboard, right? His mom's cupboard,
Yeah.
and he opened the cupboard, and his mom's saris were just neatly arranged, like as
Yeah.
if she's still there. She's there somewhere. She's gone to the market or something, and that's when he started crying. So and he and his friend, so that's like a really difficult situation, but that's what pretty much happened to me.
Yeah.
So it went a little heavy with this movie, but yeah.
It's like I
And-
think death is something I actually never witnessed just recently.
Yeah.
Like just in front of me, like holding the hand and like, oh, it's over. And like before that, like I had lost people close to me, but it was always very far. Like I stay very far, so their death never really impacted me in any way. But when you really see that death and how it impacts you, and you are like you feel like, oh no, I'm not, there's nothing, okay, I move on and everything, but you don't, there's something going on, you cannot explain and all. Yeah.
It always, I don't think that grief really stops, right?
Yeah.
It's always there. It'll hit you at different points, and sometimes when you watch movies, you'll get reminded of that again.
Yeah.
So at least that's what happens for me. Right? Okay, let's lighten it up a little bit. What I wanted to ask is there any film that made you feel like crying in a good way?
Okay, let me see if good way, as in like something good happens on screen and that makes you cry, right?
Not necessarily something good happens, but maybe you see a couple, their relationship, or maybe you
Couple
see
things never
like
happens
some.
with me.
Okay, not okay. Why? Okay, we'll get to that topic also in another stream, addressing your hatred towards couples.
Not hatred, but okay.
Yeah,
But I would say,
I get what you're saying.
would you count Munna Bhai MBBS? That
Like,
last scene?
But Zahir dying.
No. The last scene where like he like gives up and then like the guy on the wheelchair is all good. And then Chinky
Anand
gives,
Bhai.
then Chinky gives the speech that, he was wrong, that he was wrong. And I think that's, and even at the end, and I think that scene's now recently when I watched it, scene hits me harder knowing that what was happening behind the scenes between the father and the son in real life. I think that when he really like hugs his father, I think that moment is really, oh my god.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? So there's such a moment, like it is not even a, like for example, someone said in the beginning itself, right? It's going to be Premam for me.
Yeah.
So Premam is definitely on my list, but it is not because Muller loses her memory and George is crying, all that stuff. That is fine. Like that's really hard hitting, but there's this scene which most people won't even remember from this movie. Okay, I'll ask you if you remember. So it is in the third story, in the sense the third phase of his life, right? You tell me you've seen Premam.
Yeah.
Of
we
course.
talked about it.
So in this third, this thing, you know that song, right? Scene Contra.
Wow, I'm bad with songs, man.
Okay, so basically what happens is that he asks Celine out. Okay, George asks Celine out.
Okay.
And then I think she says no, or that she's engaged to someone or something like that.
Yeah.
And after that, this guy is basically, he's drinking alone. Okay. So there is Kochi and Kochi Harbor in front, and then he's like on the parapet, and then he's like drinking alone. And then his two friends come out of nowhere, and that same song, that same tune, right? That thing starts playing. And then it's nothing. It's a simple moment in which they basically bring him down. Okay. He's kind of losing his balance.
Yeah.
But these two guys basically bring him down. And for me, like why it really hit me was like because I've grown up with a few friends, like same 6 to 8 gang. A lot of people, a lot of them are like in different places now, but still there are few over here. And we've been friends since like, 15, 16 years, whatever, almost 20 years, right? And that sense of that belonging, I don't want to say it in like some cringe way or something, but that bond is there, that unsaid bond is there, that you grow up with these people. You grow up with these people in such a way that they become kind of family. You don't really ask whether you're going to their house or whatever you do, they also do. They're part of pretty much every plan. Now things are a little different because everyone is married, but still that the thing is still there somewhere. So I think in that way, that really hit me. And a lot of people be like, what the fuck is that scene? Like no one remembers that. But for me, it's like a very special scene. Sanjay K is, he's asking both of us, please watch Malayalam movies directed by Blessy, especially Karsha and Palunku. Okay.
Yeah, Karsha is in my list. Yeah.
You've not watched it?
No.
But there is another Blessy movie which is on my list, which is Tanmatra.
Oh, I've seen that.
You've seen that, right? I didn't expect it. A lot of people said it's going to be very, very sad.
Yeah.
I didn't expect how it wasn't just sad, it psychologically fucked me. Like there are so many scenes in which like when he slowly starts when he's in bed with his wife, and then he sees some lizard on the wall, and it really disturbed me. But especially that office scene where he's such a respected guy before, he's such a role model, such an inspiring dad, a friend, all of that stuff, such a helpful person. Then when his memory slowly starts disintegrating, and when he comes to the office, like he takes off his clothes and he sits and his performance, like Mohanlal's performance is like, fuck, it's really, really heartbreaking. So I know I've not watched the other. I have to watch Karsha. I'm not able to find it. I think it's on Sun Next or something. I'm not.
Many films on Sun Next don't have subtitles. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's also there. And also Sun Next is a piece of shit app. It's horrible. Like even Sony Live is slightly better.
Someone said for Raunaq using Sony Live.
Yeah. Trying to watch Shark Tank.
Oh my god.
Much made me cry. Oh shit.
Talk about 96.
Okay, let me guess, you didn't like 96.
No, I loved it.
Really?
Okay, I think the reason, I think I was talking to someone about this, that we Indians, right? We love a sacrificial hero. who sacrifice
100%.
everything. We love that attribute. I think that's what hits you in this movie also, that he still hasn't gone away from that. So there's this side of Kabir Singh kind of heroes, and then there's this side of like what Vijay Sethupathi played. I think I loved it. I think the thing is, right, I think it's the subversion, right, that you expect them to come together. Oh, at the end it'll be good, but I like how they keep the film real till the end. And when they leave each other, and when she gets to know he was there at the wedding, he came. It was a misunderstanding, and I think it all feels very real. And I think even the part of them meeting it feels like a fantasy, but it works for you. It's like at least they got a closure, both of them.
Exactly.
So I think that's what works.
And
crying,
the
I don't
thing
think so.
is, crying. It really hit, and especially my wife really liked that movie because she knows, and even I know so many people. Especially, it's a very Indian problem, right? You don't get to spend your life with someone that you like. Your parents would rather push you into someone who is born in the same family or born in the same area, rather than someone that you like.
I think
sad. It still happens.
Ekta Kapoor said in an interview that love story is a fantasy of many Indians in India. That's why it always works on the box office.
Totally. Now I don't know. Now love stories, I don't know if they're working that much, but still. But anyway, so 96, I loved it as a film, but I know that there are so many people who cried. Like a little older than me, like somewhere around like 40, 45 years old, anyone between that age, because they came a little before us, and then that thing is even tougher because by the time we got to college, we got social media, all of that stuff. World started like accelerating faster than ever. There's much more awareness towards things. But like my brother, for example, like he went and watched the film like 4 times or something in the theater, and he's like, most movies he won't watch even once, like in the theater, where if he doesn't like something even a little bit, like one scene is out of place, he'll walk out during the interval. But 96 is something that he watched like 3-4 times, and there are a lot of people like that.
How many like maximum times have you seen a movie in a theater?
I think 5. I watched Lage Rao Munna Bhai 5 times in the theater. There are a lot of other stupid movies also I watched 5 times in the theater, but for different reasons.
Tickets are really cheap in Chennai.
Of course. Tickets are really cheap in Chennai, that's one thing. But sometimes, I won't get into detail, but sometimes when you can't go anywhere else, you go to a movie theater. Like, it's the cheapest way to spend a few hours in AC and just have cheap snacks, whatever. So, but yeah, quite a few movies. Premam I've seen thrice in the theater. Interstellar I've seen thrice, 4 times. Yeah. What about you?
For me, as I said, right, I was someone who believed, like, why would you watch a movie again in a theater? Like, didn't you understand or something? And then I think the first time was MS Dhoni. And it was like, I went with my friends and I went with my brother also. Then it started, okay, it's possible. I think Bahubali I watched twice. Sonu Ke Titu Ki Sweetie I watched twice. One with my brother, then again with my... Okay, I feel that film is a really, like, I would say underrated. It's like...
It is not underrated. It was like one of the biggest hits of that year. And
I can actually make a video essay about that movie, why it really works, And that time I was like, I'll make, and then like, okay, the trend has already passed, let it be. But we can, like, I can talk about a lot of, okay, moving on. But I think after that, I started watching movies again in theaters. I think not since pandemic, not since then, but before that, only twice, not more than that. Maybe Avengers, because in a college we had auditorium, so even there they showed the movie. So maybe Endgame I saw 3 times, but that's it.
Okay, you're like hugely into superheroes and Marvel and everything.
If it's it's like, I think that was the first drive, right, towards the films, and because everyone was talking about it. No one was talking about a Karan Johar movie or like a Hirani movie or a indie movie. So I think that was the first, like, a trend. Everyone was, okay, I want to also watch it. So I think that's why.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it was like For you, it was
First
like a
exposure.
defining event.
First exposure,
Yeah.
you can say, yeah.
Okay.
Into like a culture, like pop culture, like, you know, being a part of something big. Then just, okay, watch the movie, go home, sleep. Not like that.
Right. Okay. Cool. Anurag Rathod, he has a question. Okay. So, Raunaq and Nona, have you watched Varnam?
No.
No.
You know, I have to actually see the spelling sometimes. What happens when I hear it, right? I have, like, for me, that the pronunciation is very different. So, you know, sometimes,
Okay.
like, I may have seen it, but no, I've not seen this one.
It's a movie with two Suryas, father and son.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a coming of age story about how he grows up and then his relationship with his dad, how he falls in love with a girl, and then few things don't work out, and then what happens between the dad and son. It's like a simple father son.
Okay.
It's a huge how do you say, like a kind of like a cult film here. I won't say it's one of my favorite films because I probably expected too much out
Is
of it.
it like Suryavanshi? Amitabh Bachchan's?
Like Surya Vansham.
Suryavansham, yeah.
No. It's not that cringe. It's not that types. As in, that is good for its own time, but this is a little different. It's a Gotham Menon movie,
Okay,
so it's a
okay.
little new age.
You know, I only seen Gautam Menon in acting. Like, I haven't seen his films yet, except the short ones he made for anthology.
No,
Except
don't
those, yeah.
don't watch all that from the last 5-6 years. Go back to his earlier movies. Like, have you watched Raina Hai Tere Dil Mein?
No, I doesn't.
Okay, it was a huge hit in Tamil. It was called Minnale. Then there's a movie he made with Kamal called Vettayadu Vilayadu.
Okay.
I'll send you all of this stuff. But fucking amazing movies from the earlier part of his career, and then after some time he started repeating the same. So he has a few templates. Like,
Yeah.
he has his love story, and then he has this cop story, right? Like, about this cop who's thinks different, and he has a loner, and whoever he meets dies, all of that kind of stuff. So that keeps repeating again and again. But earlier part of his filmography is amazing. Anyways, let's go. Please talk about Blue Valentine. Manoj Joy says, "You watched Blue Valentine?"
No. Place
It's
beyond.
it. You should watch it. You should watch it because
Okay.
I think you like it. In the sense, it shows basically how love is not for everyone, or rather, love, like it's really electric in the beginning, and about how after getting married, things start changing. Like, people think about people become more selfish than they ever were, and then how that leads them down like a really
Cool.
bad path. Yeah. Voiceovers. Force was a remake of this movie only. Force was a remake of. No, that was for of Kaka Kaka. Peranbu. Did you watch Peranbu?
Yeah, I've seen.
Okay, yeah. That is a movie that really.
Yeah, the ending really, when he tries
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That, and then towards the end when he's in Chennai, and I think they are staying in this lodge, like the small place, and then his daughter is watching some song of Surya on the TV, and she's developing feelings that she didn't have before,
Yeah.
right? And she doesn't know how to express those feelings, and
Oh yeah, I got it.
then
That
he
scene.
goes
Yeah.
to this thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. Really heartbreaking.
Oh.
Really hard.
Guys, if you're enjoying, hit that like button, subscribe, hit
Oh
the
yeah,
bell
we
icon,
didn't
do
we
all
didn't
that
ask anyone
stuff.
to like the stream. Guys, hit like, share it with but now we've been speaking for like what 1 hour 15 minutes before. But yeah, if you're watching, hit like. It helps more people get to know about the stream. So yeah, share it with everyone you know.
Have you seen Chiller Party? It was like all kids and
no.
all. It was.
Yeah, I know of the movie.
Yeah.
I know that song was some Thai fish or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not watching. Is
That
it
was
good?
like so fun, entertaining, you know, with the kids, and at the end, it's just it's like a perfect commercial mass film for kids, you know, like the
Yeah.
kids are the hero, and at the ending, it reaches that climatic moment, and then it happens. Like I wanted to watch it, and then it happens, and the music and everything hits you so hard, you lose it. Because the kids, you are on their journey, right? And they lose it. They're like this, like they achieved something, and like you lose it with them. And it just hits so hard. I think it's like a fun story in the beginning. It just takes its time, but that end thing, right? Like every one gets to say something. It's like pitches the politicians against these kids,
Okay.
and one of them is from slums, and how they just go against each other, and it's done so brilliantly. It's like no point to, like, it's not like the kids are beating or bashing. It's not nothing like that. It's so intellectually done, and it works so well. Like it gives a message. It stays true to what it's showing, and at no points you feel okay, this cannot happen. You don't have that feeling. I think.
Is it streaming anywhere?
I think it's on Netflix. Let me check.
Okay. I'm going to check it out especially because like
Netflix, yes, it's on Netflix.
I'm in that one stage where I can't watch these thrillers and these intellectual shit anymore. But I really want to watch something from our country, something commercial, something light, stuff like that. I'll check it out.
It has Pankaj Tripathi before he was famous in like a side role.
Okay.
Like when I watch it again, I'm like, oh my god. Also, there's this Stanley Ka Dabba. It's like a
I watched that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that's really nice. Okay, someone is asking. So quite a few people have mentioned Kamal Hassan's movies, and Anurag Rathore, once again, he's asking, Raunaq, do you miss Kamal Hassan in movies now? So have you watched Kamal's movies?
Yeah, I saw Hey Ram.
Many of
what else have I seen? Chachi 420, if that was a Hindi one, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that was a childhood favorite. Every time it's coming, I have to watch it. I don't know if I've seen any other. Of course, The Godfather, Nayagan.
Right.
Nayagan I have seen. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, I want to suggest one movie to you. If you watched it already, tell me. But it's called Mahanadi.
I've heard a lot. It's in my list. Yeah.
And here also a lot of people have mentioned Mahanadi. Again, one of my favorite movies. When I watched it when I was really small. I think it came out in 94, 95. I watched it a little bit later.
Yeah.
And you can't describe it, because this was correctly when so Kamal, his journey is very different. Okay, in the sense he was a superstar right when Rajni was a superstar in like the 70s, when Rajni started becoming famous, and 80s both of them ruled.
Yeah.
But end of 80s, early 90s, Kamal decided to take a slightly different route of going in another direction. Rajni went into the mainstream, like a proper commercial direction, right? And this was when he was doing one commercial film. Kamal was doing one commercial film, one this kind of film. Like he'll do Guna, and then he'll do like Chachi 420. Though these are like 3-4 years apart. Then he'll do Indian, like a commercial film, and then he'll do like Mahanadi. So I'm not going to tell you anything about Mahanadi, but it's just about a father and the things he does for his family. That's it. So if you watched Tanmatra, all of these things, you really like it. This is not some psychological kind of stuff, but it's very engaging, but it's also very, very, how do you say, very disturbing in like a good way. It's a classic.
I've also seen his movie with Madhavan.
Unbeson.
Yeah.
That's also amazing.
Except him as the older version, I didn't like anything in that film.
Except him as the older version.
Yeah,
like, basically as him in the
with the specs and everything. Like Madhavan is so cringe. His dialogues are it's like, dude, I want to know what he thinks of his performance in that film. Like, does he think it was really good for that time, or does he really understand that was really bad?
There are a lot of different stories about the movie, but won't get into that. But the thing is, like, this movie is from 2003, right?
Yeah.
2003 or 2004 or something like that. So now if we watch it, especially Madhavan's performance, the way he's talking English or his accent, all of that, that'll definitely irritate a bit. But yeah, like you said, just concentrate on Kamal, the older Kamal.
Yeah.
Right. That is the movie, and is ideology
You know,
based, which is what.
while even like Madhan, I'm like, okay, at least Kamal is there, right? And then the moment it goes to backstory, right, I'm like, no, I wanted to just stick on both of them and the journey they go and what they learn, and I didn't want this backstory thing. And okay, anyways,
Yeah. Someone has a controversial comment.
okay.
Not really connected, but Kamal can never be cringe like Mohanlal is being cringe nowadays.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
Nona watches more Malayalam movies than anyone over here, so I think he can comment on that.
You know, the thing is, like they're both sides in my comment section fighting. So there's one side, like even I feel that, you know, when like, because even I saw his Lucifer first and all, I was like, okay, and everyone like, he's a great actor, you have to watch his old films. I watch his old films, he's awesome. And then I wonder, you know, why he's not like a Drishyam, right? The way he plays George Kutti, right? It's outstanding. I think there are nuances he brings to that character that even he doesn't understand what he's doing, you know. It's like even I think he even said, I don't know who George Kutti is, you know. And you know, can just break down the way he acts that role, right? And then you see other performances, I don't understand why, you know, is he not getting scripts? Is he like he wants to do something different, doesn't want to do all those things again? He doesn't. I think there's also one argument someone told me, it's not my thing, someone told me that Mammootty experiments with new directors a lot than Mohanlal tries to make movies with new established people, with friends, you know, who has worked a lot with them, he knows them. So I think that's maybe influencing because he wants to support them, so he's just doing their movies instead of them being really good stories and all. So I don't know, like a lot of people, I think after this new release they are very upset, even his fans. Like this
Which one?
Art, the new release.
Okay.
Like I think some people told me it's a great fun you know, masala film, but some are like, this is nonsense, I don't expect this from Mohanlal. So again, not my words, you go through my comments. These are just, I'm just paraphrasing them.
What do you think of Bro Daddy?
I feel they didn't go all the way. I felt, I don't know why it's like they could have gone the Priyadarshan way. Like you could have total chaos, and there were moments, I can literally specify the moments. Why are you, you know, solving this conflict here itself? Take it ahead, take it to the end, you know, like everything at the end meets and it's just a chaotic end, you know. But I don't know, they just went we keep it slow and, you know, that little melancholy feeling kind of, then a little have fun and just enjoy, relax. Maybe that's what they wanted, their choice. But I felt they had the script had the potential to like go Priyadarshan chaos, you know, and everyone loves that. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But it's a cool movie. It's a good watch.
Yeah. I've not watched it completely. I think I'm at pre-interval or I think 20-30 minutes into the movie. I'm not very sure. But I don't know. I wasn't, something wasn't connecting.
Everyone
like,
is,
the jokes weren't landing.
Everyone is same, you know, in the movie. There's no character. Everyone is good. Everyone is cool. You know, it's like Bro Daddy, even Prithviraj is cool, and
everyone can be good. That's fine. And there are lots of movies like that when pretty much, like if you take what is that film that came out now, Madhuram. That right. Everyone is a good, sweet person in the film.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. They are, but they have problems in life, right? They have problems in life. Like everyone is dealing with something or the other. Here, everyone is cool, you know. Even like, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a Mohanlal's mother's character, right? So when you say, oh, she's a mother-in-law, and do you know the twist, right, in the film?
No.
Okay, I'll not spoil anything.
No, I'm yet to watch. Like I've just watched like half an hour or something.
So there's a twist, and you basically expect her to behave in a certain way, so it becomes more interesting, right? The conflict happens. But they don't. But she's so cool. Hey, no problem. Like, so okay, everyone is cool. Like, I don't get it. One guy is not really cool, and that's where all the humor comes in. So that's it.
So that's like the Kalyani's dad.
Yeah, you got it.
That's right. Okay.
Basically, everyone is playing on him. That's it. That's the film.
Right. Okay. Went on a big diversion. Well, let's get. I think it's been how long? 1.5 hours since we started. 11.
I think. Yep, 1 hour 25. 1 hour 20 minutes. Yeah.
So let's go for maybe 10-15 minutes, and then we can wrap. Or you have
Yeah. I'm cool. We can.
Okay.
I have some. I'll just go through like from the bottom. I'll just start. So I had Veer Zara. I think that last poem scene where he says the poem. It hits.
Another confession.
I have a very
I've not
different
watched.
story for Veer Zara. I'll save it for later. Maybe not for stream. Maybe behind the scenes. It's like too something I don't know. I want to share with people. But anyways.
Cool.
But Veer Zara was I was in theaters with like the whole extended family. I think the first time ever in life, and I don't think we did it after that. So it's the only time. So that movie was special, and that really hits hard. Mostly the second half when we, and it is done with that tone also, you know, to make you emotional and cry. Again, that sacrificial hero. So, but I think that poem at the end, which is not actually related to the love story, but his experience about, you know, why people hate each other and everything, and why we want to stick to a land. So it's a really beautiful poem. So I think that gets me. Munna Bhai talked about Uri. So I think Uri, the scene where like the Uri attacks happened.
Funeral.
Yeah, the funeral scene where the girl shouts, and I love the fact, you know, how unknowing, you know, I catch these things in movies. Oh, you are setting up something for the future. That I didn't catch. And when she says it, because in the beginning he teaches her that you have to complete it. It's otherwise a disrespect. You're weak, right? He tells her that. And later at that point, she says it out loud. And when he has to repeat it, he fumbles. And the way Vicky Kaushal does it, I love him. One of the favorites. And the way he just stops and like he's unable to do it. Like, oh, it gets me every damn time. And even the ending when he comes back to his mother. I wish they wouldn't have given like a hopeful one where she finally recognizes him, but we know she's losing it. She has amnesia, I guess, in that. So she's losing a memory. So basically showing that he did everything for the country, but his own life is a mess, right? So, but they showed at the end, oh, arey, my son, right? Just a glimmer of hope, but I wish they didn't have to do that. But anyways.
Yeah.
Do you want to go Karan Johar way?
Karan Johar. I don't know if there's a Karan Johar movie in my list.
Kalo Now is not a Karan Johar, but produced by
Karan Johar production. Yeah.
Childhood, definitely.
Yeah, it was too. I think for my childhood also, it was too much melodramatic. Like too much melodrama. Every single scene was on some other level. And now, if you watch, you can't. Like there are so many older movies which you can watch now, but Karan Johar movies of that time was operating on some different tangent.
I think Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum I saw recently, and I think as a family entertainer it holds up. It's I didn't feel cringe. I just don't want to see this thing, but it's like except Kareena Kapoor's role.
No, she's entertaining. I can't tolerate Kajol. Like
it's opposite for me.
Completely shrieking all the time. I can't tolerate her. Kareena Kapoor is like fun because that entire movie is like one big meme, right? And
yeah.
Every single scene, every single dialogue from that film is become meme. Anyways, I don't think I have Karan Johar on my list, but there are two Hollywood movies on my list. Okay, and a lot of people are going to say this is overrated and all that stuff. So one film is Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And another one is Interstellar.
You know, Interstellar. I think that of course that scene is something that gets me.
The memories, in the sense the 23 years.
What was the last Nolan film? Tenet, right?
Yeah.
And before that?
Dunkirk.
So the only film I've seen in theaters of Nolan is Tenet. So I never saw any of his films. And you know, I actually had a chance I think in 2019 Mumbai, they were showing Interstellar in theater again. And I missed that also. So yeah.
Oh man.
I wish that time I knew.
But you watched what about Dark Knight trilogy? That also you didn't watch.
I watched the cam version. That too, like the climax, people like, you know, that scene where it's revealed Batman's alive at the end, last movie.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Rises. Okay. So just before that scene, someone gets up in the cam recording. So I don't know what happened. Okay, done. And then later when I got into all this stuff, then I watched I didn't watch Batman Begins. I saw Dark Knight and Rises. And then I watch all three together and like, okay, cool.
Somewhere in UK, Nolan is watching this and crying in a corner.
You remember those jokes, right? Like people put playing Tenet on the fridge.
Just the way Nolan intended it to. Yeah.
Those are fun memes, man. But yeah, Forrest Gump. Are you excited for the Hindi remake?
I really want to see what happens because, like, I don't know if many people have watched it over here. I know it's very, very popular.
Yeah.
IMDb is like number 3, number 4, or something like that. I don't know if in India if a lot of people have watched it because everyone keeps complaining that it's really slow, it's really long.
Yeah.
But there is so much that happens in that film. Like he starts as like of someone like a schoolboy with disabilities. He becomes a football player, joins army, becomes table tennis. So the thing what I'm excited about is like what events are they going to show
for India?
In India, right? And what is going to be controversial? Because Amir Khan, whenever he does something, there's some kind of controversy involved. And also, it is especially the way Tom Hanks does the performance, right? It's a very thin line between a caricature and Oscar material, like a very, very thin line, right? And a few places you can see also, okay, just one little extra, it would have gone, then it would be funny. Like if you've seen that movie Tropic Thunder.
I have seen a lot of memes, yeah.
Yeah. So Ben Stiller basically makes like some he's an actor in the movie and he makes this thing, right? That is basically kind of parodying Forrest Gump. So it's a very, very risky thing to play. And in this, I don't know whether he's going to make that choice or not. And by one poster, I think the recent poster that came out with Amir and Karina, and then there's like their house or something at the bottom of the poster. So there is some look in his eyes which suggests that he might be playing it to that degree.
But don't you think his previous performances have already been compared to Forrest Gump? Like even PK, like the way he plays the alien, right?
Really?
I think he's a fit person to play that role. I think he'll do it.
No, I'm not saying he's not fit or something. He's one of the best actors we have. That's fine. That's given. But it's still a very, very risky role.
Yeah.
And if it was an older movie also, like it came out in the 90s, right? Forrest Gump came out in 94, I think. At that time, that meter of performance is okay. Now, it's been 18 years since that movie.
Yeah.
And of course, we are tuned to a level of realism and all that in performances. Not that wasn't real, but it was on some other, like a slightly heightened kind of a performance, right? So I'm just saying it's very risky. And I don't know if he played like someone with disabilities or something in Doom 3. I'm not very sure. But, so he plays one of the characters who acts little weird. And then after that, I think Thugs of Hindustan came out. That he was just like a very flamboyant kind of a guy. But I don't know. Recently, I think it's not many. I don't know if he's made a movie in the recent past. But anyways.
But I think from the poster, it's very clear that instead of at the bus stop, he'll be like in the train talking to someone, telling about his life.
Yeah.
And even the look came out, right, when he's running like throughout the country also, like. I'm wondering why a Sikh character. Let's see if they kind of shows that why they chose that in the film. Like if it answers that. I don't know.
Maybe because of the army. Maybe.
Kind of. And also, that's one of the scene I'm worried about because showing army in any way, funny way, like people will take offense. So I don't know how they're gonna show that.
No, I think that they'll pull it off.
Just don't show anything in the trailer. Just make not the best trailer. Just make a very controversy proof trailer that nothing happens.
Controversy proof, yeah. What could be controversy? I don't know. Anything can become controversy, so can't really say. But speaking of Forrest Gump, there are more people like Praveen Nayak who suggested Green Mile, and Bhavya Monoth has said Terminal is also a great film. So what I'm saying is, all of these people who are talking about, everyone will be mentioning at least some kind of Tom Hanks film.
Yeah.
And personally, I think I've mentioned this also in one of my videos. about how Tom Hanks is like a different genre altogether. Like when it comes to that feel good or that drama genre, he kills it.
Yeah.
So all of these movies, like Green Mile, Terminal, Castaway, like in Castaway, he made me believe that he can talk to a volleyball, and when that volleyball goes away, and you fucking cry. Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks, man. That's completely. Yeah. So
All
those
right.
two.
What
Any
else?
other Hollywood movies?
Yeah, I think Perks of Being a Wallflower. A lot of people mentioned in the chat. I think this film
Overrated.
really hit like really close to my
Not
heart. Not
not for
seen?
me. No,
Not for
no,
you.
no.
Okay, not for you.
I've seen it, but it's nice.
Yeah,
Very nice movie. But again, it's like saying Pursuit of Happiness, right?
yeah.
It's
I feel like what I liked was how it stayed personal to him, to the character,
yeah,
not just trying to being a teen rom-com kind of a thing. I think
yeah,
that's what I liked about it.
yeah,
I think this is the film where you said, right, that happiness, crying, not crying, like happiness emotions, that you
yeah.
feel like crying, but for happiness. And like that, this is the one I felt.
Right.
Hollywood. I think my last two will be this. Hollywood will be Pixar, Toy Story 3,
Hmm.
where they all join hands and they
Get to
accept their
watch.
fate. Okay.
Get to watch. But
Okay.
yeah.
4 I didn't like at all. I thought they should have stopped at Toy Story 3.
Or a Lion
Uh,
King.
okay, controversial. Okay. And
Oh,
the last one in Pixar will be Inside Out. One of my
yeah,
favorites.
yeah. But the thing is, Inside Out is an amazing movie, but I think it made me think more than it made me feel. Like, of course,
Yeah.
it made me feel also, but it was such a smart. It was too intelligent,
Yeah.
right? But it works. But that emotional thing, I think, slightly less compared, at least for me. And it literally talks about emotions,
Yeah.
but I think that's why it kind of made it a little bit more intellectual.
I think psychology students like watch this film like in their first year or something. It's like
Ah,
so good representation of that. I think for me it's that the end last moment where she leaves the house. And I think it connects in a way where you are seeing the emotions, but when you see her in real life, you realize, oh my god, this happens to us also.
yeah.
So this is how we feel. We feel like detached, and how that corresponds to the plot. What they were showing, that that sadness is a part of happiness. That's how it's like yin and yang and everything. I think
Yeah.
that really works for me.
But speaking of
And
Pixar,
yeah.
um, I have to mention this, right? Opening montage of Up.
Oh yes.
That's a separate movie.
Yeah.
That's a separate movie in itself, and in just 3-4 minutes they show an entire life without a single dialogue, with just one tune. It just goes up and down in tone. That's it. And the worst part is they try to copy that scene in so many Indian movies. In which, like most recently, I saw this film. Okay, what is that? Dhamaka. It has
Yeah.
Kartik Aaryan
Yeah.
in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the opening montage is like their relationship. They're all sweet, lovey-dovey. Okay, it's not the same as that. It doesn't die or anything, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, don't try to do this until you really believe in it. And it really feels like this couple, like they don't do anything extraordinary, right? They
Yeah.
just have like a very very simple life, and fuck, it gets me every single time. The music also. You don't
Yeah.
know whether it's happy or sad, but you still feel
That
like
that scene is like we have studied that scene in our every lecture, like be it color palette, color design, the way it's shot, cinematography, like every different subject. This is the scene we talk about all every time.
yeah,
And yeah, I'm not a fan of the film. It's like it just goes too away. There's too much is
yeah,
going
yeah.
on by the end of the film. Like there's dogs and this fire. Like nah, it's just too much. It
After
like
that, it
becomes
becomes
too
too much
detached from
adventurous.
the
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It just becomes too detached from the main core of it.
yeah. What about
Uh,
Soul?
Soul was okay. I think it was a great film. I actually didn't agree with the way it told them. I think if it would have stick to me better if it didn't come back. You know.
Hmm.
So I think it's somewhere like I don't know if I can pinpoint it, but somewhere I couldn't agree with what they were trying to say in that.
Right.
And you know, I feel like when you take away the only you know, like there's a one decision you have to make at the end of the film, right? And that determines the outcome of what you have done in the whole film. And even and at the end, if you just reverse that also, then I think it just loses that impact of okay, what I really watched by the end. You know, okay, I got the message it's made for kids, but I felt animation wise, visuals wise, it was outstanding.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, not
I
really
think
hit me that hard.
some people agree with you. There is one guy, Utter Okay, wait. Utter Siddharthan. He says Soul is overrated. Sorry, Arvind Karthik. Soul was trying too hard. Trying too hard. I don't know, man. Yeah, maybe it was a little intellectual. I'm not sure. Maybe it was,
I felt
but
I felt before even the character realized, the audience realized what's happening. You know, so what happens right in these movies where the impact point comes and you're like, oh my god, so this is what the film is trying to say, kind of thing, right? Revelation. And
okay,
this
okay.
movie, the revelation, I know, dude, understand, come on, what are you doing? And then he realizes it's too late, you know. Audience did it before that, so I think that's the problem.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Luca, I've not watched Luca. Have you watched Luca?
It's it does get emotional, but it's not the best. It's okay. It's like a good watch, fun
Right.
watch.
Okay.
Interesting themes explored.
Right. Any other Pixar?
I think someone mentioned one.
I think Wally they
Wally also people
mentioned.
mentioned.
I didn't like. I'm sorry, I didn't like Wally.
Oh,
I don't
didn't
know.
like.
I
Okay.
I mean, maybe I watched it when I was in a very weird space. Like,
Possible.
when did Wally come out? Let me see. One second. 2008. Okay, that's why. I was 18 years old. Okay. So this was just when I was getting into college, right? I was trying to
Yeah,
be fucking cool and all of that
I
shit,
get
trying to
it.
pretend to be someone else. That's why maybe I was like, fucking all that emotion and all is unnecessary. So I guess that's why I didn't like Wally. Maybe I have to watch it again. And but the visuals, like
Yeah,
I couldn't believe I was watching a movie primarily for kids because when they start they show like this really stark world, right?
yeah,
And full of garbage and trash, and this guy's the only guy floating around. So these guys take amazing risks. Like
yeah.
Pixar takes such amazing, even if they have like a template, a storytelling template, still they take like these amazing, especially like Inside Out and Wall.
Yeah. You know, I think for volleys, you know, the thing is that these are like, at least for Inside Out, they are humanoid characters, at least, you know. You can you can at least relate to that in a way. But these are machines. And to
Yeah,
emote through machines, I think that's what hits every, like they become so cool and all.
totally, totally.
Finding Nemo, someone
Pixar,
said.
Finding Nemo. Okay,
It was like, I
fine.
think I remember, like, you know, from school, they used to take us for a movie every year. I think
Yeah,
Finding Nemo was that. So, like, I think everyone in a like school, that was like a big moment. I think next year was Hanuman, when Hanuman, the Indian one, came out.
yeah.
But yeah, Finding Nemo was like that childhood special. Did you watch the Finding Dory? Nah, I didn't like it. Just
I
doesn't
didn't
work.
watch it. I don't think I remember Finding Nemo also very properly. I know what it's about, but
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember what happens. Okay. Balaji S says Taare Zameen Par for Raunaq. Yes, Taare Zameen Par is my number one. So
Okay.
before we go, I just reveal. But someone else already said it. Like I've written down his or her name also. Oh shit. I've written it down somewhere, but it's CM Vishwa Jyoti Raj. I think that he was the
Okay.
first person who mentioned it. But I was not ready for that movie, and I was not ready for that song. I don't know if you watched it in the theater.
Yeah. Birthday.
You watched it in the theater, right? So
That special movie.
yeah. So when Ma came, that the song Ma came, and he moves to the hostel. I don't know. I've never moved to a hostel, but the thought of being away from my mother, right? And I think I was 17 or 18. Again, trying to be cool, all of that. But that's why it came out of nowhere and it killed me in the theater. And me, my sister, my mom are sitting, and tears are just coming out, and I'm choking, I'm like falling and crying, and I'm trying at the same time I'm trying to hide myself, because I don't want my mom to see or my sister to see I'm crying, because they'll make fun of me and stuff. And then I just looked like this, like what they're doing, and they're also crying. They're also crying really hard. So escape, and the entire theater is crying. So Taare Zameen Par, like even now that film chokes me up. I watched it again like 1 or 2 months back.
I think that's
So,
the film I can watch any day, anytime you tell me. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. And like, there's so many scenes in that movie. I think the one definitely gets me is the ending when the music is going to the crescendo, and then the reveal happens where he was drawing him. And that validation that hits him, that oh my god, I'm so important to him. The first time he feels that importance. Then the scene where the whole song, right, where he's teaching the specially abled kids and there's ever function.
Yeah, the title track, Taare Zameen Par title track, right?
Is it?
Yeah, it's in another school.
Oh yeah. It's a title track.
Doing
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
performance. Yeah.
That hits hard. Then when he tells his parents, right, read that, and then he explains. Then one more moment, right, which is my favorite, is when the father comes to him to tell him that we also care, and then he tells him that story that people.
Solomon Islands, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that story, like every single time, there was one phase of my life where I used to use that story for every single situation, and I even tried making like few videos and all about it. But yeah, that story is like something. I'll never forget that.
And then him telling that, and just the camera on the father, and that actor did such a great job. Like you are suddenly losing it, and then he goes out and sees Ishan reading, like trying to read, and he cannot even go near him. He's such a shame. Oh man, this movie.
And I'm sure that's happened to a lot of us, right? Like we are going through something, in the sense like we want to tell something to someone we love.
Yeah.
But we can't, because we are too ashamed or embarrassed or worried about what they'll think, and then don't have to turn away. Brilliant.
I think it was not like we were dyslexia or something like that. But I think the angst, right? That angst that you're forced to do something you don't want to, that you want to connect. Like I think I'm saying this for the first time out loud, that I had this moments where I wanted to do something rebellious. I wanted to not.
We all do.
Like like I'll study, I'll not write a thing. I'll fail, and everyone will be shocked. Oh my, how can you fail? That to give everyone that surprise moment, like now, not happening.
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay. This is so. Before we wrap, Sajal Chakravarti or Sejal Chakravarti says June.
I've
what
heard
do you think of June?
I've not seen it. I've heard about it.
Okay. Please watch it. It's like kind of like a female version of Premam.
Okay.
And we watched Saras.
Yeah.
So it's the same director. So
Okay.
I think it's the same director. Yeah. So there is this. Okay, you have to watch it, but again, like this thing of friends, right?
Yeah.
Coming together, and so there's this particular scene that happens in the end where there's like a kind of a reunion that happens, and now that reunions are like this overrated concept. They try to put it in every single movie, and not many people can really succeed.
Yeah.
I think that watch it. That's all I say. That reunion got me like really emotional. So, anyways, okay.
Can we just take some of these classics one I had? Chak De India.
Oh yeah.
The last scene, Mola Mere. Oh my god.
For sure.
I think this is most parents' favorite, Bagban. The last speech by not Salman Khan, dude, never ever, but the last speech by Amitabh Bachchan.
I hardly remember that movie, but I know what it felt like.
It's like,
it was like,
I think most
they cried more than the audience. Right?
Like people, right, around us, like there's a favorite parents movie, and to show their kids like learn something.
Yeah, that was a phase. Like there were a lot of movies like this in which the kids will treat the parents badly, and then they'll feel guilty about it in the end, and all of our parents will be like, "Fuck you."
The
like,
logic is so nonsense, right, in the film. And okay, I had before that.
Okay, wait. This Bharani has been asking us to. I think he or she has commented many times. Please watch the Best of Youth. It's an Italian movie. no words to describe the amount of stuff it teaches about life. Noting it
Okay.
down, Best of Youth. I've heard of
Cool,
Youth,
cool,
but
cool.
I have not watched Best of Youth. But anyways, Best of Youth.
I'll also
Okay.
note it
Yeah.
down.
Any more classics from your side?
Not classic, but Bajrangi Bhaijaan.
Okay.
I think
I
the
can't
last-
comment on that movie because I slept most of the time. No, I was just really sleepy. Otherwise, it was for a Salman Khan movie, it was really good.
I think the last scene where she finally shouts.
Yeah, I think that's when I woke up.
Moving on.
Yeah.
What else do I have? Masan.
I liked Masan.
Even I didn't cry, but I think that.
Yeah.
So I
think I
think
have to
I'm a
rewatch
big
it.
Vicky Kaushal fan. So
Yeah.
and that scene where like ये दुख काहे खत्म नहीं होता
दुख
है.
का खत्म
Yeah.
नहीं होता. Yeah.
And you know, I heard that it was an improv. So they were done shooting. They had
Oh.
sent their stuff back. They were just there for a day, and they're like suddenly like, okay, let's just shoot this, and they shot it on DSLR with the flashlight, camera flashlight on him, and they just shot it, and him just sitting there, and suddenly he started crying, and they didn't cut, and they just let it go. Like amazing. Then recent ones, Shersha. At the end, it got me. Of course, I think it's
Okay.
more has to do with that music that's in my playlist. Then Sardar Uddam, did you?
I wanted to like it more than I actually did.
Okay.
Because that last, I think that last scene goes for half an hour, 45 minutes.
40 minutes, yeah.
I know what they were going for. And it was really disturbing, but at the same time, it felt a little distant.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like I was watching a film. I know I was watching
Yeah.
a film, but
I understand what you're
personally,
saying. Yeah.
you know, it has to pull me inside. So
Yeah.
it kept me a little bit at a distance, but and in the middle, I think it got a little, how do you say? It
Yeah.
got a little bit slow for me. Like,
For me, it was not the whole incident, but later when he's, still carrying it, and there's a moment where he says in Punjabi, Baksh de, which basically means dukh kai khatam nahi hote. So I think that got me, then suddenly it hit me as someone really did this that night, Then I have one more. Badai Do recently. Ending,
I've not watched it yet.
Yeah,
It's
ending
good?
got me. Yeah, amazing. One of the best film. Not even LGBTQ. One of amazing, well-told human stories. So I think in that aspect, and I think last one I had in the list was 3 Idiots.
okay.
The scene which gets me is that the scene where he talks to his father, and Shaman Joshi goes to get he gets a deal, and they both come, and then they turn and do that Janab Tusi Greto, and then
Kabul Karo.
and Amir Khan loses it. I think that moment is that God gets me.
Totally. Okay. Last few things on my list, like before we wrap up. Someone said Japanese movies in the
Yeah,
beginning, so
I
I'll
said.
say, you only said no. So there's a movie called Ikiru. Okay.
Okay.
I think it's a Kurosawa film only.
Okay.
It's a black and white film from the 50s, but you just watch it for the shots, and the shots will pull you in completely, and then stay for the story. Like every single scene has been, every scene is like a story in itself, and it is like if you really enjoy movies about, something you learn about life.
Yeah.
That film is like definitely on top. Right? Then there's Boyhood.
Okay.
Have you watched Boyhood?
No, but I've heard a lot of anti-boyhood people who they feel it's just too overrated.
Oh fuck!
I've witnessed those people, but anyways, I haven't
Fuck
seen
those
it.
guys. So you know the concept, right? You know about the movie.
No idea.
So the film was shot over 12 years.
Okay.
Intentionally.
Oh,
Not
okay.
like they didn't have budget, not
Yeah.
like that. So Richard Linklater is the director. He's directed like Before Trilogy,
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused, all of that stuff. So it's about a boy, that's it, and his family and his growing up years, like from when he is 6 years old to when he's 18 or 18 years old when he goes off to college. So what they did was like every year of their this thing, they had 3 or 4 days of shoot.
Okay.
That's what every single year, all of them will come back, shoot for those 4-5 days, whatever, and they made an entire coherent film about life. It'll be like you're watching life,
Oh man.
and it's
I always
it's
thought about this.
yeah.
Like, is it possible to do it? And it's exist.
I don't think anyone else has done it. Maybe there is another movie like this, but I've not watched any other film like this. Right? It's cinematically and emotionally, it's like really strong.
Yeah.
And then there's this Italian film. Okay, Cinema Paradiso. Have you watched Cinema Paradiso?
No.
Okay, if you love
I've
movies,
watched very few international ones. Yeah.
okay, try this one. It is slow, but if you love movies, right, it is about the romance of movies. That's it. It's about this small guy who, like little kid in some small Italian village.
Is it that
And that's
footage
it.
everyone uses when they want to show people in cinema?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Got it.
What I also do
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah. So, and yeah, it is just about the romanticization, or I won't say romanticization, just the romantic connect with cinema. So if you really like movies, you should watch that. Mali and me, I saw. There are a couple of documentaries. Okay, there's this. I've mentioned this before, but it's called Andre and the Olive Tree. I'm not sure if you watched
No.
it. You won't think it's going to make you emotional or anything. It's just about this very successful restaurant owner, like a chef, very famous chef, and he decides to close his restaurant to go to the next stage in his life.
Okay.
What happens in the middle? That's it. There's another documentary called Cuba and the Cameraman.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this is also shot over. I think it's shot over 30-40 years. Like this cameraman, he goes to Cuba once when Cuba is doing really well, like they're getting a lot of funding. He captures how people are really enjoying life. They have like a great standard of living and stuff, and then he keeps going back, and he like visits these 4-5 families. Over these many years, the nation keeps changing. The funding from Russia, all of that stops. People start becoming poor. What they do within that, how those 4-5 families try to survive, how some people die over the years, and how you can see an entire country's journey through just few groups of people and friends. Like
Yeah.
it'll really do something to you. And I know documentaries might sound boring, but if you can watch 15 minutes of that, that's it. You'll be hooked into that. Anyways, so June I mentioned like that. I think Hridayam also made me like really emotional. There is like a 50% crowd who says Hridayam is overrated, didn't work, is cringe, all of that stuff. But I could really see the few things that happened in my own life in the film. But yeah.
A lot of people are saying Sori Potru.
Surare Potru, yeah.
Maybe the last scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I love the movie.
Even the
Didn't
father
make-
scene where he cannot reach.
Yeah. There are a few people who don't like that scene also.
Yeah.
They're saying it's too this thing. But I loved what Surya did. In that.
You were there, right, for that interview? Tamil director's interview.
Yeah.
You were there throughout, right? How was that moment where everyone was behind BR? I love that thing.
Yeah, everyone he got suddenly
Attacked.
No, but I think he always sticks to his this thing. That's one thing, right?
I messaged him like, sir, you managed well. Like, thank you.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else can handle that. Right?
Yeah.
They'll start saying something nice about each person, but he is someone who sticks to his views no matter what it is, and it's justifiable.
Yeah.
Finally, last few Hindi movies, right? Udaan. Have you watched Udaan?
Just someone just mentioned it.
Udaan?
Kaushal Indulkar.
Kushal Indurkar.
Yeah.
Udaan, man. Fuck.
I love that. He's one of my favorite directors, Vikramaditya Motwane. And Udaan, I remember when it won Filmfare Best Critics. That time we used to watch it. We thought it's real. But yeah, that movie I've seen multiple times, and it's not I cry a lot, but just feel that feeling of like,
you feel
freedom.
that struggle that he's going through, right?
Yeah.
Even if I have gone through that, but not in that way. Like you have such a shit person of a father.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like a lot of people have that, like troubled parents.
And I love how the place also plays a character. Like you may have not been to Jamshedpur, but you understand what it's like. Yeah.
Exactly. The factories and the fog and all that, right?
Yeah.
And that every day how his dad asks him to come running and then end how he defeats him. In that itself, you get to see the place.
Poetic,
You get to feel it. You get everything in that. Ship of Theseus. Have you watched Ship of Theseus?
Oh my God.
Don't tell me you don't like it.
Of course, I've seen it. I should not say of course. I recently, last year only. No, last year maybe. But that movie, oh my, I've heard a lot about that one, but then I've watched it and how it all just came together. It's like, I don't think I have seen that kind of a movie. I cannot expect anyone in India.
It came out of nowhere, that, but it made sense. It's not like it's stuck separately.
Yeah.
And when you actually, so if you guys have not watched Ship of Theseus, try to find it. I don't know if it's streaming anywhere.
Maybe it was on Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
It's available on free on YouTube.
Oh,
they upload it on YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay, guys, whenever you find some time, just 2 hours, put your phone away, just be a little patient and watch this movie. It's called Ship of Theseus. Please watch it. It's definitely one of the most unique Indian movies in the last 10, 20 years, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Very, very unique movie. And I don't think Anand Gandhi has made a movie after that. He's produced series. He's doing a lot of interesting stuff.
He was co-director.
Co-director?
Yeah, he was a co-director on Tumbad. Tumbad took 7 years into making.
Oh shit! And that was because of budget and stuff, I guess.
And even he made this show, OK Computer.
Yeah.
That was lit.
No,
I get it.
Much.
Like the everything, like the commentary, I understand why it was just too much. It was just like you have to control yourself. I think maybe it's just too early for Indian audiences, or maybe we are not used to that kind of a. I think it's very much prevalent in West, like that kind of comedy. So, it reminded me of this Rick and Morty. I've seen 8 episodes of Rick and Morty and I couldn't go ahead. Like, I just get irritated with the way they talk, right? And I think a lot of Tamil movies I've noticed some characters speak like that. Recently, Mahan, I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Like there's some sequences where they're just shouting, and that's irritating. Dude, don't shout. It's okay. You're too excited. Calm down.
Okay. That is part of our culture, okay?
Yeah, I understand.
No, I know, I get what you're saying.
It's like for anime also, right? A lot of people say that dub versus sub like battle, right? And sometimes I've seen an anime in Japanese and I got a headache because their pitch is so high, I cannot understand. So I mostly watch in English. It's just too, I don't know if it's racism or something.
I think it's just like you like things with a little bit, how do you say, little subdued.
No, it's not about the acting. It's not about the acting. It's about the pitch. It just it just gives me shivers. That it's just too much for handle.
But have you watched Studio Ghibli movies?
Not many, and that's a shame.
You should watch those.
Being an animator, that's a shame for me. But I've seen. Come on.
Spirited Away.
Yeah, Spirited Away and the other one.
Totoro.
Yes, those two I've seen.
Those are not like high pitched and.
No, not that. Right? Not those. Those I watched with in Japanese only.
Yeah.
Like some of the most animes, like they're shouting and all, right? So it's just that pitch is uncontrollable for me.
Right. Okay. So last couple of things. Last 2 English movies is one is Good Will Hunting.
Okay, yeah, someone mentioned that. Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, beautiful movie.
Wait, let me not get confused.
Matt Damon, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, okay, Matt Damon. I was thinking of the poetry one.
That's Dead Poets Society.
That's yeah, okay.
But this also has Robin Williams.
This scene, right? It's always on the reels and all on Insta, where he's just shouting at him and then he just breaks down, right? He hugs him, right?
It's not your fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault. That's so well done.
Yeah.
And the story also, right? Ben Affleck and Matt Damon wrote it together. They're nobodies in the industry, and oh my god,
beautiful. Finally,
what about Mohabbat?
I was going to say Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and you said Mohabbat is the same sentence.
I don't even remember that movie. Eternal Sunshine, Mohabbat. I don't even remember. Eternal Sunshine was very surreal experience because I wasn't expecting a sci-fi. I've never like I don't
Sci-fi
think
romance.
anyone when it came out thought like you can do that, and it just even the Truman Show. Have you seen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Fucking amazing.
that's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have seen that show, Mr. Robot. I feel
I think I
one
watched.
of the best show out there. Like that's
I have to
what
watch
I
it.
say.
Yeah.
It's a slow show. I don't advise binging. It's like too
Yeah.
heavy. Each episode is too heavy, but it's outstanding. It's 4 seasons, all on Amazon Prime. Video coming. I got a video last year about it. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it's just too good of a show.
Yeah. I'm gonna check it out. I think I started with the first episode, but I think what you said, it's too heavy.
Yeah.
There's lot to absorb. So I think I wasn't in that mood that time.
Yeah, and I think you will love it. Being a Tarantino fan.
Oh.
So what the director does, right? He has taken a lot of inspirations from these classics. I don't name those classics because those have influenced the story, and it's done in a very smart way. It's not like copying or not even like homage. It's like that, and I'm
Okay.
referencing it in this, and you'll understand why.
Right.
And
Totally.
there's a season where each episode is in a different format. Like a whole episode is one take, whole episode no dialogues, and it makes sense.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
they've experimented a lot and very well done like that.
Okay.
So yeah,
I might check it out.
someone said Euphoria.
Euphoria, the show. I'm not watching.
Yeah, even I
There's
haven't.
too many people are talking about it on Twitter.
I've heard it's not like not a good good field show. So it's like
Yeah, it's
too
not.
too
It's
dark.
about-
It's too dark. So I don't know if I'll want to.
about drug abuse and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
I think
Her.
that's end of my list. So do you have anything else left?
Prasamma Venkatesh said Her.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite romantic, whatever you want to call it, romance films. I
You
love
need
it.
balls to make such a movie.
Oh
you
my
really
God.
need balls to make such a movie.
I think that's one of the best representation of it, what love is. And I think what Indian films does, right? They only show till the love part. No one explores what happens
What
later,
happens
right?
after that? Yeah. Very few films do. And I think Her is actually going to happen in the near future.
Yeah. I think it already happens. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Yep. I think that's it for me. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think my list is also done. There were a lot of people mentioning some films, which I noted down. Did I?
Begin Again. Oh, lovely movie. But didn't make me cry, but amazing movie. Mr. Robot, Pursuit of Happiness, Eternal Sunshine, Howl's Moving Castle, beautiful. Children of Men. I watched it when I was a child, so I wasn't mature enough to understand it. I'll watch it. Someone saying Mahan is super cool. Moving on. Barfi. Did you like Barfi?
Nah, I found it okay. Nothing
When it
special.
came out, I really liked it. I really liked, and I'm a Ranbir fanboy. So
Yeah.
really.
Okay, before
Yeah.
I think we're gonna wrap up soon, but before that, guys, 172 likes. Let's make it 200 before we end. 65 people watching. I think we can do that. We can pull that off. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, if everyone just gets whoever's next to them and just makes them like on their phone, you don't have to watch it. Yeah, just hit like it, then let's go.
Rockstar. What is your thoughts on Rockstar?
When it came out, I really loved it, and the album is so close to me that I can't say anything bad about the film, even though Nargis was so bad that
Yeah.
it made the second half like really unbearable. But Jagga Jasus.
Oh man.
No,
This-
again, I appreciate the guts. And
Yeah.
to make a film that looks like that, I don't like you don't really see many Indian films like take trouble to go like Wes Anderson and
Yeah.
make every frame like so perfect.
I think the
So,
first
for
half
that,
is
I like-
awesome, and he doesn't
Yeah, and
know
then-
when to stop. I think that's the issue.
That's the problem. I think in Barfi he stopped a little bit.
Yeah.
Jagga he was like went all out. So
I think Ranbir said right. He'll never produce his films again. He'll definitely act in one, but not producing again. Love Aajkal. Not the new
The
one, man.
new
I've not even
one.
seen the new one.
It made me cry for a different reason. Like,
I don't know if that counts.
like I want my time back, like that.
Oh.
Shaurya Pathak says, "Wake up, Sid." Oh, yeah, definitely wake up, Sid. Not
I've
cry
only seen
worthy,
it
but
once. I haven't seen it like very long
I
back.
watch movies like Lunchbox,
Yeah.
Wake Up, Sid, Luck by Chance. Now these movies I watch it like once a year, like at least. Like it's especially like during this time, right, when I don't
Yeah.
want anything intellectual, something familiar.
Ford
Okay,
versus
Ye
Ferrari.
Jawani Hai Diwani.
Okay
Uh,
movie.
Ye Jawani.
Yeah. I didn't.
Okay,
Nothing
it's
special.
fun, but I think for me, I really like Ye Jawani Hai Diwani for that father son relationship again. Like this is after the dad dies, and there is the scene where he reminisces or he thinks about what his father would have said or something.
I don't
I
remember.
think for those reasons,
The
I think
music was good. Like that Ilahi song.
of course,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Still listen to it every day. Yeah. Kannathil Muthamittal. Oh yeah, last scene is too much, and A.R. Rahman just went all out. Ranjana. Ranjana.
I've not seen it completely. Like I've seen it bits on PCs on TV, not completely. Like,
Okay, entertaining that time. That's all I can say. I can't go back to it.
did you see the new one? Atrangire?
Which one? Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. No, the thing is, with Dhanush, right? I will watch anything that Dhanush is part of. But this, I think they just took advantage of him. Like they made him act so well, and of course he acts well anyways. And then the script, they didn't really care. Like they just did whatever. Sara Ali Khan was doing something. Akshay Kumar is so random in
I
that
like the
movie.
concept of merging
Yeah,
that into the
yeah.
love triangle. That was
Yeah.
good, but the execution, nah.
That's what the twist was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect
I
it
saw that
at all.
coming. I saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it coming. And but the thing is, I didn't buy the love story at all. Like
Yeah.
in the sense, like I didn't buy Dhanush falling so easily in love with Sara Ali Khan.
Yeah.
There is nothing to like about her. In the sense, like other than looks or something. What is that personality? It's so irritating.
It felt like there were
Maybe
scenes cut away. Where
yeah.
that is,
I was just going to say that maybe they shot a lot, maybe a little lost in translation and editing. But anyways,
Kapoor and Sons.
I like Kapoor and Sons. Nice movie. Was it really hard? Like emotional? Yeah, a little bit. Udan we spoke about. Wake Up Sid we spoke about.
Have you seen Wazir? I don't think it's emotional.
Farhan Akhtar.
Yeah, and Amitabh.
No, I've not watched it.
Yeah, it's a cool movie. Like a nice movie.
Okay.
Uh,
It's Vijay Nambiar, right?
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
the
I think.
director.
So
Yeah,
he only made David,
yeah.
Solo.
I think by the style of it, it can be. It's
It is,
it's
it
not
is.
like any other Bollywood movie. It's very different. Yeah.
I think he's still trying to find his voice. If you've seen his other movies, you'll know. Like David Solo, the first movie he made was Shaitan. If you watched it.
I've seen his anthology with Dalkar. That was my first.
Solo.
Yeah, Solo. That was my first Malayalam movie.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was cool ideas in there. The last
cool
one
idea.
was weird,
Oh,
and
that
I
was,
didn't get the.
The entire theater was laughing. Like they couldn't control, and I think they got really offended that people were laughing.
Not Game of Thrones fans.
Mohan Raj says October.
October was a weird film, you know.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was. It was like I shouldn't like it. What is this? But like I feel something, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
was cool.
there's nothing that happens in the film. It's just
Yeah.
this guy going to the hospital again and again. That's it.
Yeah,
But still, again very ballsy film, and that too to cast Varun Dhawan.
yeah.
But he pulled it off. He pretty much pulled it off. Very nice movie. Okay. I think we've been here for 2 hours 15 minutes.
Guys, like. Come on, we can make
like
it. We
the
can
stream,
make
guys.
it. There's so many.
Still
There's
180.
Maya Nati. There's Maya Nadhi, and there's Maya.
Mayanadi.
There's a Malayalam one also. There's the Telugu one, and the one you told me.
Mahanati.
Mahanati is okay.
Piku's really good.
The
Needy,
Sky is
Nandi
Pink. I haven't
also.
seen it.
Nice movie.
Chandigarh Kari Ashiki is not emotional, man. Okay, like I'm not judging. It's okay, maybe.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's entertaining and it's informative in an like entertaining way. Chef.
Revolutionary Chef. Have you seen the Indian one?
I started. I stopped it.
Not even close, man.
No, that's the thing. Like if you want to remake it properly with properly localizing it, right?
Yeah.
That could have been an amazing
Typical South versus North thing they did.
Yeah. And they try to make it like a little bit like a Hollywood film also.
Yeah.
So I mean, just too much trying to mix. Chef Malayalam film. What? There's a Malayalam film called Chef?
I have no idea.
Don't watch it. Okay. Muttu Vidigadaya song. Okay. Rajini fans will relate. Definitely. Virumandi, Samangalil, Sometimes. Amazing movie. There's a movie called Sometimes with Prakash Raj in it.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched it, but very, very simple movie. I'm not going to tell you anything about the story, but go and watch it.
I really like Prakash Raj, man. I think the first time I saw him was in Singham, and I think that's how most North Indians know him. Like Jaykant Shikre is like all-time favorite villains. But then when I saw his other South Indian films, I was like, wow, this is. I think especially in the anthology with Vetri Maran.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Pavakadigal.
Yeah.
Have you watched Iruvar?
Iruvar.
Huh.
Yeah. That was like what a ride it was. I loved it. It felt like like a Bahubali in a way. That big pan-Indian film.
It was like only thing is it was like a super flop in Tamil.
Really?
I think there was a lot of controversy also because it talks about MGR, Karnanidhi, Jayalalitha, right?
So I think that was one of the movie we all watched on Discord, and there was one Tamilian with me, and he was explaining me. So I was pausing, and then he was explaining this. I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
I think we should like next time you do something like this, call me also.
Oh, definitely.
I've never done this watch party stuff, especially on Discord. Can't understand.
I was actually, because on Amazon there's a feature, right? Watch party feature.
Yeah.
So that's like everyone is sync. Otherwise, what happens? We all have to like pause now, play now. And most times, what I do, I screen share. So it's like old movie I screen share. We have a rule, like no new movies we don't screen share.
Okay.
So people go watch them. But yeah, I think definitely I'll hit you up.
Right. Okay.
A lot of recommendations now.
Yeah, we're going to go through all of the comments like after when this thing comes out. We're going to go through the live chat, take all of the recommendations. I hope you guys also got a lot of recommendations from this.
ZNMD.
ZNMD.
Not emotional.
Not cry. Nice movie.
Definitely movie I can. There was a time suddenly I want to watch it again, and I played that time. I just watched the whole film again. That was really fun.
Yeah.
Dear Zindagi. Nah.
I didn't like it.
Guys, 11 likes more, guys. Come on. Only 11. If you enjoyed, you want more of these, like.
Where is that live? Oh shit. My live chat is gone. I'm just remembering the first time I went live.
Someone says Anate.
Yeah, it definitely made me cry.
Arangasthalam. Pursuit of Happiness we talked about. Requiem for a Dream.
People are just putting movies like what?
Have you seen Requiem of a Dream? I've heard about it a lot. It's so depressing and all. I don't know if I can watch it.
It's a classic. You have to watch it. It is very, very disturbing. I don't think it's going to make you cry and all that, but it'll for the making, it's amazing. It did a lot of new things when it came out in terms of editing and all that stuff. So I take a lot of inspiration from that.
Have you seen Portrait of the Lady of Fire?
Loved it. Just last year I watched it.
It was literally like every scene was a painting.
They fucking put that effort into doing it. And that's the thing, right? They don't have to. I don't know if they have to care about box office or not. Of course, they don't have to.
Yeah.
No one makes a movie like that. But I really wonder how they sell these movies and how they make money. I really want to know that. Not saying that you shouldn't make these kind of movies, but
yeah. Harry Potter fan?
Oh, huge! I used to stand in line to buy the books and stuff.
Snape
But
death
you're
scene?
talking about the movies.
Yeah.
I read it in the book. That's the
Okay.
thing, right? And see, the thing about books is you have no idea what that character looks like,
Yeah.
right? Of course, by the time I got to that point in the books, I know. But when you start reading the first two Harry Potters, there's no movie. I think
Yeah.
it came later only after that. So you kind of try to imagine what Snape would look like, what his character will be like, how the surrounding is going to be, how that scene is going to play out. You imagine all of that, right? And then when that moment happens on the page, it is that much more emotional.
Yeah.
Of course, it's really emotional in the on the screen also, but with books you create that entire world, and when you create that entire world, you become that much more attached to it.
Please give me a chance to blow you away. I didn't watch any Harry Potter film in theater.
You're you're 25 only, right? You're 24.
Yeah. When did the last one came out? Maybe in my school
I
time, in
think
12th or 11th.
2016. I think 2016 or something. Deathly Hallows Part 2. 2011 now.
Yeah, definitely not. No way I ever went to
Fuck.
watch that in
Fuck.
theater.
Damn, I'm getting old. But guys, 4 more likes.
Come on.
Doing this for 3 hours. Just do it. Whoever's watching
We
right now,
deserve
who's
it.
commenting, yeah.
Okay, I also
hit
liked.
like and then come back.
Come on. Don't want to give ideas, but sometimes what my chat does is they dislike. So, not dislike, they
Oh.
take away the like, so it decreases. Not, please don't do that. Oh,
Okay,
yes.
199.
It's 200 at least on my
It
screen.
has
Oh,
200.
someone just listened to my advice. Shit. You should have stopped there only.
Don't F around. Okay.
Raunaq's
I've just answered this,
expectations,
okay?
yeah.
He's asked this multiple times. Anurag has asked this multiple. Raunaq expectations from Vikram movie. I think most expected movie of this year for me, easily, because the thing is, I wanted Kamal to how do you say? The thing about Kamal is he is too attached to his craft.
Yeah.
Like he's a director, he's a singer, he's a lyricist, he's a writer, he's everything, right? And there was a period when he was so attached to it that there's a lot of control that he puts on every single thing that he's part of, which can be counterproductive. Now he's, after a very long time, he's making a film with like this new age director who's already given a couple of hits but still has like this unique style.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens. And also Lokesh Kanagraj is like a huge Kamal fanboy.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like something else. Okay, still 199. Are you serious?
It's 201 on my screen. I don't know.
Oh, it's 201. Okay, then that's
202.
okay. That's okay.
All right.
Okay, guys, we've been here for 3 hours. Anything else last, Nona? You want to add anything
Yeah,
from your
I
side?
think it was great. And I think let us know in the comments after the stream what should we talk about in the future, you know?
Yeah,
The
definitely.
movies that made us gross out, the movies that made us laugh, the movies that made us cry but in a bad way,
Oh,
the
shit.
movies that made us enjoy the most. So whatever, maybe shows on TV shows or anime, like if you watch anime. So
Yeah,
maybe so leave all those ideas in the comments so we know what to do next.
Yeah, like right after the stream ends, go to the comments and then go
Yeah.
comment over there.
Not right
on
now.
What we should, on what we should stream on next. Why not right now? It won't come.
Not in the
right
chat. Not in the chat. Let me.
Not in the live chat. Go to the comments after the stream ends. Movies made you all cry in a bad way. Okay, one guy's already started. Mervin has already started commenting.
Expectations
There's a little
of
bit of
Ponniyin Selvan.
Ponniyin Selvan. I'm really waiting because it's something that Maniratnam has been trying to make for, I think, 20 years or something, or more than that. And it is like a huge, expansive story, which mostly it's not filmable. That's
Yeah.
what people say, in the sense like it's too vast and there are multiple perspectives, so it's very difficult. So
Yeah.
it's going to be really interesting to see what he does.
Netflix come in.
Yeah, you guys wasted 150 crores on the Bahubali film that didn't happen. So Go
Yeah.
help them out. Anyways. Okay. Nona, that's it. I think we have been here for way too long.
Yes.
But it was fun. It was a really fun time and really made me nostalgic about a lot of movies. And I'm going to watch a lot of things that you suggested.
Sure. Same here.
Chiller Party, starting with Chiller Party.
Yeah.
And then on to
I'll
the
start
other
with the movie you suggested,
stuff. Yeah.
which
What did I
was.
suggest?
You said Blue Valentine.
Blue Valentine.
No, there was one more. You said one show, right? Afterlife.
Yeah.
And you said one movie also. I forgot.
I'll message you. But Boyhood.
Boyhood.
Yeah. Go
Was
with
it Boyhood? Okay, Boyhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit like if you've not liked. Don't dislike now. Just anyone who's not liked it, hit like. After the stream is ended, go to the video, comment what we should stream out, stream for the next time. All the topics that we can talk about. Yeah. So this is our first stream and my second stream. So I hope you had fun watching.
Yes,
I hope
hopefully.
you got a lot of recommendations, and that's it. You will see a lot more videos. Any announcements, Nona, from your side? Anything that's coming up on your channel? You can.
Right now, I don't know what text will come out, but we're doing a Batman stream before the Batman, like a Road to Batman stream on the second channel.
Oh, nice.
So if you guys want to join for that, and I think that's quite it.
Yep. Everyone go subscribe to Nona's channel also. I'm going to leave this thing in the comments. I've already left it. Yeah. So go subscribe there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next stream and the next video.
See